only been seeing this.
Hey neighbors, the Handyman here with Initiative Coffee Company, and we are coming back at you with one more episode of In the Red. I don't
In
mean
the
one more
Red!
episode like this is the last one. I mean like it's just
Yeah, there's
one
only
more.
one
This
Done.
is
Continuing.
We're done.
It's
This
it's
is the last
this
one
week's
ever.
episode of
Not
In the
the last
Red.
episode at
We have no
all.
plans on ending
It's already
soon.
completely off the
Sorry,
rails.
we're
I'm
done.
sorry.
That is not a problem.
We're done.
Mostly.
We're done playing.
Uh,
It's social hour now.
Last time on In the Red, our intrepid heroes killed a terrible monster that was spooky.
And he put out a lot of torches. I'm still a little sore about that, to be quite honest.
Yes, many torches were put out.
Apparently, I was flagged for fools. That's awesome.
What?
They're like, it's hostile. They literally flagged it because it was hostile.
Oh, that's weird.
That is
All
weird.
right. I mean, I guess it could be. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's better that they're being overprotected than under? I don't know.
I don't know.
And didn't the isn't there like rushing water inside the mine now as well? Like
Stop the
something
shadow
broke?
wall.
Yeah,
Shadow
so you killed the monster, and the wall of shadow that he was holding up to keep the flowing water from the lake and river out broke. And so now the water has filled the mine.
Where?
Oh,
Where
hey,
was that?
I'm Morty today, and Spit is in it.
Yeah.
One
And
day I
I'm
will remember to
Spade.
fix this
I'm
before we go
Spade.
live.
Dimitri is still
Yeah.
Dimitri.
I get to be Dimitri.
I'm in it.
Oh, you were the DM for a second.
Oh.
Now
They're
you're-
like, it's like, yeah. here
Don't
we
get
go.
too excited. It's a thankless job.
Dang it! I wanted to be Spit.
Sorry, I opened my mouth.
I'm surprised I'm the only one that didn't get moved. The whole
No,
thing.
it's because you came in first, man. I don't know.
So, where is this water coming from exactly?
From the lake.
Late.
So the lake is connected to the North Sea through like a channel that goes all the way from the lake to the North Sea. And it is very adjacent to this town. Like the town is not very far.
So we're not worrying more so about, hey, there's gonna be drainage so and so here and there.
What?
I.e., the guy's farmstead that had this much water in it. That's so far. That's far enough away where we really don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, you have no way to know that.
Or it could actually be higher, I guess, because there's more flowing. In that.
Or we pay him a visit.
Well,
is this the same lake that we?
Mm-mm.
Not the same lake.
Not that
different lake? All right.
if I think so. Yeah, it's a different lake.
It's the same lake that you dealt with dick birds in.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Same lake.
Yeah.
That's how
It's the
big
one
the
with the
mine
spirit
is.
Hmm?
This is the one where the face spirit's at.
Yeah.
Rusalka?
That means
Was-
the mine is like 6 hexes huge.
Or the lake has a large underground component.
So I know that we were like speed running our way through this mine last
No,
time.
we
Yeah,
Like,
were.
you
no,
sure
we
were.
weren't. No, we weren't.
You sure were. That was
off.
supposed to be 3 weeks of adventuring, and you managed to knock it out in one day.
Well, I would like to say that if I can make us breathe underwater for up to 24 hours if we wanted to explore the flooded mines of whatever Goldholm.
Can we do
You
that?
have underwater breathing spell.
I do. And I can turn into a fish. I've done it before.
And a
Yeah.
dick bird.
And a dick bird.
And a dick bird.
And I think a bear at one point. I don't remember. It's all just
So, what I really am interested in is, at least character-wise, is what time of day is it now, Brian?
It is pretty late.
Yeah.
Post-explosion, though.
Yeah.
Well, there's no such thing as explosion anymore.
We don't know that.
I mean, it didn't happen
We listen for it.
this time. It didn't happen.
Well, they were
Oh.
stuck in a time, but they were stuck in a loop, though. So, I don't know if we wait a day
Mhm.
and
we wouldn't even have
Monitor.
to our I forgot his name, but our
Corbin!
Gorgon.
Yeah,
Corbin.
we heard the explosion all the way from his place, didn't we?
And it was
Yep.
crying.
Yeah. So I would like to take a nap in real life and in the game because we've been running
you've been
around in
going at
caves. Yeah.
You
So
want
we
to
should
take a
go-
nap in Goldholm, or you want to take a nap at Corvin's homestead?
At
How far
Corbin's
is Corbin?
homestead.
He's like 4 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a bit away. I mean,
As the
is
chat.
Goldholm still as dark and shadowy as it was before when we arrived?
It is. You get there's like the sense of dread has lifted a bit, but it is still
thank goodness.
pretty like thick with shadows.
Are they slowly
um,
dissipating?
It's too soon to tell, really. You do know that if things have like effects on the geographical
Yeah.
area, it takes a while for that to go away.
It's
You
true.
see, I feel like I do that realization as like I pulled a broom, like trying to like blow away the smoke.
Oh, yeah.
But then like I like put my hand down, like
Well, there is a spell called Wind Wall, but I don't think it would work right now.
nah.
Doesn't
I'm
do
gonna-
what you think it does.
No,
Well,
it doesn't
I
do
can-
at all what it takes does. I'm gonna keep my light up though.
Okay.
Well, how about we go into one of the buildings and sleep?
Let
We-
the soothing sound of explosive water come let us sleep.
Well, no,
I
we'd
mean, some
already.
people do that as white noise to meditate.
Yeah, I do every night. We had taken a tour of the entire city.
Mm-hmm.
Can we find the building that looked like it was least?
bombed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only buildings that had like a risk of falling through the floor were the ones with the wooden
Wooden
structure.
floors. Mhm.
And so the blacksmith shop
kiln,
is solid. The
Oh, there's a barracks.
Armory.
the armory is solid. There's a pottery shack, like a pottery building that had a solid floor.
Kiln like holding
Would you
area.
say it's a pottery barn?
No, it's not.
Hey Brian,
it's not a
just
barn.
take away one of our bennies. I'm okay you taking one of our bennies on
No.
that. That's not okay.
No, it's not a barn per se. It's like a workshop.
But there was a
I'll say
There-
which one's most defensible,
There
but
w-
they're shadows.
what is it? There was a barracks because it had a bunch of beds and things.
Yeah,
like
I mean
that.
there was a barracks. Yeah.
Did it only have
Is there
one
any
door?
holy places?
Holy?
Churches?
Oh, I
Oh.
thought you meant like
It's like,
the
yeah,
blown
there's
out hole.
a bunch of places
And
with
not
missing
Swiss
floors.
cheese areas. No, I'm not. I guess not. I guess I gotta get back into my mindset that I'm not in Greg Marks' adventure. You know, where there's things that actually make sense. Are there any like shrine-like areas or places that people like might have communed at?
Not
I mean, I
that you
remember
have
that.
seen. No.
Okay, then I say
I mean, there's the one on the other side of the lake.
Oh.
that's a whiles away. So I guess I'll be like, what do you guys want to do?
There's a barracks right over there.
Yeah.
And there's already beds. And there's enough for all of us. And I'm tired.
Sure. I will.
And there's only one door in and out, if I remember correctly.
There's also spirits, so they don't disregard doors. They regard doors like we. I don't know. I had something there.
Do we still see that? Well, I guess I never saw the spirits in the first place. There are still
you would've.
spirits here, though.
No, you would have because I have my light up,
Oh, okay.
and you can see when it's in that.
That's
But
an
they are-
interesting
they are-
question. Make a perception check next.
Okay.
Morty's really crazy.
Well, we have a billion bennies, right? I'd like to use one, please.
mean,
on the very
Not a
first roll.
billion, but
At least
I don't
billion.
know. I don't know if seeing ghosts is worth a penny.
Well,
he's already did it. He already did it. He made the
Yeah.
decision. I like it.
well, the second one was a 20,
Oh.
so I'd like that one better than the 4 I had before.
the real question is
Natural, or-
not seeing ghosts worth a penny. Interestingly enough, you do not see any of those spirits.
Ooh.
Too
And it's
high.
while I'm like close enough to okay.
No, you don't either, Morty.
Wait, you said I don't?
No.
Yeah, so I'm already halfway to the barracks. Like I am.
Yeah, no.
I like to flip up my book
Okay.
and to see if there's any mention of. I know it's gonna have green stuff in here, green magic and the like. Is there anything about spirits leaving the world? I know I can't. Jesus, I just need to become a warlock. Honestly, like the frustration with this character is beyond.
Oh.
Like I can't learn damn comprehend languages. I can't.
It'll be okay. You'll find a way
No.
to work through it, Morty.
I'm literally just gonna
Yeah.
get. Hey Brian,
Um,
I've got a request for an item that I'm willing to pay for. It's literally just eyeglasses of comprehend languages.
Well,
Just so I
a
can do like
miracle
this.
could
Just so I can
happen.
do this. I can do this. I'm like, well. And I have to do that every single time I put them on.
You have to
They-
push them up the bridge of your
Yeah,
nose every
that's
time
like
too.
that, and that's
Yep.
how it works. That's how it turns on. Does it say anything about spirits? I mean, I know I can't read too much, but is there anything like maybe reveals itself about how that might work with prolonged like spell energy
You,
cleansing?
it's not in the book, but it occurs to you that probably make a religion check.
Sure thing. Brian's like, I don't know what to do with you, Jake. You're a fucking mess. 5. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm
no.
gonna let that one go. You know what? It sounds like Morty. You know what? Letting that one go. I don't care how many bennies we have.
You know, as we go to the barracks, I would love to just double check things. Can I cast primeval awareness?
Yes, there's undead nearby. Right, Baron? Punch.
Yeah, you get a ping for
Something.
for fiends, fae, celestial, or undead,
Just
or
check it.
dragons. One of those things is nearby.
Be like, hey guys, here's a
Something's
thing.
around. Something's about.
Something's about here, guys. Might as well use the spell slot before we go to bed.
It's not a spell slot.
That's just an ability to use.
No, it's a spell
Wait.
slot.
Is that
Is
what
it?
we're doing?
Is
Burning
it?
spells? I got a lot of spells left over.
Don't.
None of them are relevant.
Do you? Do you have a lot of? That's interesting. I'll have to make my encounters harder in the future.
No.
Got all these
No.
resources left on the table.
Brian,
Oh,
I'm spent.
no.
Well, no, Brian, to be fair, I didn't get to use most of the spells because almost every single one of them are like only
Fire.
works on a beast, only works on a
Oh.
humanoid, and you're
Sure.
like, yeah, it's none of that stuff, and it never has been this entire game. So you chose.
He goes like
poorly.
he goes like this. He's like,
You can select new
Decent
spells.
humanoids.
You're druid. You get to change your spells every day.
Cool. It's time to start changing
Oh,
spells.
yo, that's true.
Get creative. I don't know what to tell you.
I wonder how Bluebeard is doing.
He's in a castle.
hey, that's another thing we need. Someone that can just receive the message spell, so you can start yelling at them. Glasses of
maybe
glasses
that's
of
our new
comprehensive language and sending stones of angry messages.
maybe that's our new side business. Learn message and just have people learn message from us.
Are we becoming the post office? What's happening?
No, we have a civil service already.
Oh yeah, we gotta work on that a little
It's all of the
Yeah, I wonder
bandits
how
that
they're
needed
doing,
work
yeah.
after you ended
Oh, yeah.
the bandit ring.
Guys, before like whenever we were fighting the dogs or something, I forget what it was, but somebody
fight
said
no
I
dogs.
remember it was delicious, and I don't know what it was. Somebody whispered it to me as I killed something. I don't know.
Ooh.
What happened?
Oh no! When he blinded you,
Oh yeah.
he said, "I remember. It's delicious," because he ate your memories with his tongue through your vision.
Oh. Did I get those memories back?
Yeah, you guys made your con
We
saves
made our save.
for
What
blindness.
memories?
What memories? All right, and we're
I
still
thought it was
blinded
something
because we
different.
haven't had a full rest yet.
No, he said that we got our blindness back with our con save.
I
not our blindness, our
preemptively
vision.
made you roll for tomorrow. So until you sleep, you are still blind. But
Oh, so I'm like going like this. Yes.
so you're gonna sleep in the barracks then?
Yeah, I guess we only have 2 watches considering we have 2 blind people.
You could risk it.
I say we risk it.
You could just not have watches.
But can't
Or
you
if
set up
someone
like
just wants to be exhausted, I mean,
can't you set up like a door alarm or something?
What do you think I am?
No, I'm talking to Spit.
yeah, that's right. Don't I have a way to do that? Let's see.
I have no idea.
I'm hoping like the door's like
No, I know,
this,
I know,
and
I
he sets an
know.
alarm this way.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Opening
Brian,
up
can
in
you
the
explain
red.
to me the Oh, that wouldn't work with Spirits Abound. Well, what do the door latches look like? Like, is it the sort of thing where if we had a solid object, like for example a bone,
Like-
we just like slide it in through and like wedge the door shut?
Sure.
You're
What's
gonna
the
use the
locking
lucky
mechanism?
bone. You're gonna use the lucky bone.
I mean,
to,
we
like-
could use other things, and I unfortunately don't have the alarm spell.
No, you have your kit of wires
Pins
and
and
bells.
Oh, I could make a trap. You're asking me to make a trap? I don't know if a bell's gonna wake us up.
Won't wake me up.
No, it won't.
I'm louder than that damn bell.
What's the plan?
Go to sleep. I think we go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. How about this for an alarm? I've got a as part of my cook's utensils, there's a pot in there. You just sort of like prop it up sideways against the door. So if someone opens the door, it just knocks over and goes clang.
I mean, if that's what we're doing, yeah, okay. I can.
That's as
try
good as any
while-
other idea we've had so far, Alex.
It's
So-
true.
Can,
Okay.
can I call my dogs or my wolf? And
Yeah,
his
dude.
friends?
Put a
Have
bed
the
in
wolves
the way
be
of
the
the
guard dogs. That's a better
Oh,
call.
a bed in the way would be great.
like-
a bed in the way would be probably
Just gonna
smart.
put a bed in the way.
All right, that checks out.
Let's just friggin' go to sleep already. I'm tired. I've already been asleep for an hour while you guys have been fighting over this.
Who's keeping
Ben-
watch? It's not Enix. I don't know what's going on with watches, but he's already out.
I'll take the first set, and I think I'm the only one taking watch, I guess.
All right.
Hold on,
Then
you
I'm
can-
going to bed, and
No,
then
you-
I'm going to bed.
You can wake me up after your watch is over.
After
But
his
while we-
4-hour watch.
While we've
No,
been
no, I'm not
bickering
doing a 4
over
hour. I'm doing a 2 hour
alarms.
watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, I'll stay up a little bit, and I'm going to kind of listen for sounds, anything going on, or maybe an absent of sound, like maybe so that stuff's getting dragged away. If I noticed there's less or no ghosts, shadowy boys around, and I could previously hear them. If it's drowning away, it seemed like that's what I'm looking for, and I'm like, 2 hours, I'm out, later, and then the snoring begins.
Okay. Anybody else taking watch or just going off book for 6 hours?
I mean, technically, I could take the very last 2 hours.
No,
right?
well, you're still blind.
correct. But if I
So,
take the
well-
very last 2 hours,
No,
I'd be
so
fine,
I'll
right?
I'll take one of the watches, and I'm actually curious since we are now in the area where, we're in
Stuff
the
happened.
right. We're in the area where I was a burb the first
Yep.
time around and saw this. Like, I do want to reburb myself and like take a lap around the area, like kind of stay within like eye shot of where we are to make sure there's no, funny business. But
But we worked so hard to get this bed in front of the door.
Yeah.
well, I still want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
What do
there's
you
a door in front of the bed or a bed in front of the door, so it's fine. It's impenetrable.
what are you looking for?
a lot of words.
I am just looking I'm looking to see if things have changed since I saw them last. Since the last time I was flying around this area.
Not particularly. I mean, it's still pretty dark.
Dark.
There's still not like a lot of like animals around other than like the bad attitude animals that were here before.
There's no. Are there any ill-tempered children this time around?
You don't hear anything, no.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, I mean, there's no children crying. You didn't hear them laughing before you would have heard an explosion. You didn't hear an explosion. You didn't hear any screaming.
Seems pretty good.
All right. Well, watch complete.
All right. And then you guys just have 4 hours with no watch.
A watch is only 2 hours.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well,
I heard like the chunk of
The
dice
die
roll
roll.
there.
Yes, this impenetrable.
I mean,
net.
I was willing to wake up for the last 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, nothing appears to have happened.
Nothing appears to have happened. The good words.
Wait, isn't Baron around?
He is.
Yeah, he's
Couldn't
asleep.
he have taken a watch?
He could have if you had asked him to.
And if we were willing to risk him.
No, I'm not willing to whisk him.
Exactly.
To whisk him.
You seemingly make it through the night uneventfully.
Very well.
Are we rested now?
You are not. It was not a protected rest, but you are rested.
What does that do again? I'm gonna always ask
You
you.
get double
Yeah,
your
hit
level
dice.
and hit points back,
Double
Oh.
my level and hit points back.
and you get half of your hit dice back if you've used
Yeah.
any.
We can expend hit dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double our hit points or double our
Level.
hit dice back. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then if you had any like, maybe
Unprotected doesn't get rid of exhaustion, right?
unprotected doesn't get rid of exhaustion. You get a save for exhaustion, but it doesn't do it automatically.
I
And then-
forgot about that. Can I cast? I don't know if you want to re-roll stuff, but I would have casted a spell because I was not going to be at full hit points. And
That's
I was
fine.
I would have
No, that's
healed.
fine. And then things that only occur, only go away on a long rest, don't go away on a long rest unless it's protected. But none of those.
So am I still blind?
No. You got a save after a long rest. It didn't go away after a long rest, and you made your save. So.
Got it.
So yeah, you guys managed to wake up. It's morning. You think it's still pretty dark.
Yeah. I'll walk over to Baron and say, "Hey, Baron. Hope that you slept well. How are you doing? And how is George?"
We're doing okay. He's a little.
George- Yeah.
He's a little sad, but it's okay.
That's a little
George is a-
sad.
You're
Oh.
out today.
Well, his friends are gone, so
Yeah, I was worried that would happen. His
was-
friends left. Is there any reason why he didn't go with them?
because he and I are bound together at this point.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna assign blame or anything. So, right?
gonna
Okay.
point
Well, we're
fingers or
here for
anything.
him. We're his friends too, because we're your friends as
Mhm.
well. As well as your employer, but we'll learn how to create a healthy relationship and boundaries with regards to that. But still, at the same time, we just wanted to make sure that you're doing okay.
He was very important to us, and the safety of the town. And that is no small feat. He should know that.
Okay. He hears you.
Should we
What's the
see
plan?
if
to beat
anything-
bosses?
Should we see if anything changed here in town? Oh, does it sound like the mines are still flooded and such?
Mhm.
Is there anything that George wants us to do for the town? Since
That he wants
know he's-
you to do? I don't
yeah,
know.
like
Yeah.
no. I mean, like because his friends are gone. Is there anything that we can do for him? to
Oh!
make him
I
more
run
special?
outside and I gather
like
a whole bunch of rocks and I put them down in a pile.
Sure.
I'm hoping it's like in the room in the barracks. You just grabbed a bunch and just like dumped it on the floor. Like, yep.
That's how they do this, right? He says no. He
As
doesn't.
far as I know.
He doesn't really know what you're supposed to do in a situation like this. He's.
How about
I mean,
is there anything that he wants us to do? Maybe not necessarily what's we're supposed to happen, but is there anything that he wants us to do? Maybe not because of it was a tradition. Is there something that we can maybe do for him to start a tradition? This shouldn't be a tradition. I'll make that very clear. I just realized. But is there anything that he wants us to maybe like do to recognize the people that were here? Something special to him.
Is there a favorite place of his here in Goldholm?
He doesn't really remember. It's been
No.
so long. Like he spent half of his existence dead, so it's he doesn't really know.
Yeah.
I want the court to reflect that I'm trying extremely hard to remember this place, and this kid is making it very difficult for me.
What do you think you should do to commemorate this place, Morty?
I don't know. DM, what do you think I should do?
Oh no!
No?
Meanwhile, I look at Morty and I just point at the rocks.
I look at the rocks and I pick one up and I go, oh, and then I set it back down.
I guess you have made a rock cairn inside the barracks that you
I
carefully
said a
step
word.
around to get out of.
I can only imagine from here on out, every single time we encounter barracks, we now have to make a rock cairn, and that's a thing now.
I don't know.
Now there's gonna be a very weird people whoever are just trailing us because we might be actually the bad guys, and the good guys are just following us and like keep just leaving these weird piles of rocks in the middle of these barracks.
It's like it's one rock placed for every spirit that we encountered, and in the place that we saw it. That's a lot of rocks.
Ooh.
We'd have to go back
lot
down
of
to the mine
rocks.
too and leave a lot of rocks because we killed a bunch of spirits.
Well, there's a lot of rocks in the
We
mine.
didn't kill
We'll say that it
anything.
took care of itself.
I guess they were already dead, so we didn't kill anything.
This
You're
we're
right.
on one big rock, so like we shouldn't need to do anything actually.
Should we see? I mean, again, I like the idea of the whole water breathing bit. Should we see if anything's changed in the mines aside from the fact that it's all wet and everything?
I've got a concern.
Sure.
What happens if a shadow is in the running water? Didn't you say once they are pulled through it, that are forced through something, that they are still okay? They can't cross it, but if they're forced through, they can pass through it.
What?
Like back at the homestead, if we force the shadow over or through running water, they're like, okay, you forced me through. Oh, bummer. And it's not like it kills them. But since there's forced running water going through the shadows, aren't the shadows technically still there? Or
No.
could be still there?
You're overthinking that.
Brian's like,
That's usually my
Jake
job. is to
overthought about
totally
this.
Overthink it.
Brilliant. Now we're going to have to fight with no somatic components. Or verbal components.
Right.
Well, Morty,
Jackass.
I will say that Morty's the only one I think that with underwater breathing could actually like go into the mine and navigate around because he'd have to be able to see. Well, I guess I could too. Does
I just
dark
put the light on.
right? Does dark vision work underwater?
Yeah. That's why
Oh,
we were able to see in the murkiness next to Rizalka.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I could go down there too.
All of us can go.
So we know that there was a bunch of coal down there, and not so much gold.
Wait a minute.
Well, again,
totally
we
haven't
also literally ran through the entire mine. So like I know we didn't see anything, but we also weren't really looking.
Yeah, there's one other thing that we haven't addressed yet. My radiant, my flame, the radiant part exploded, but can I
we
get any
thought that
kind
was-
of like?
I
Can I
thought
get
that
a
was just a
little-
special one-off instance.
Bit of like? Can I maybe like do like a humana with myself about that? Like how that happens?
Make a religion check.
Oh, here comes another 5, I bet. Can I give myself guidance?
Sure.
14 up to a 15.
You suspect that the radiant magic is tapped in somehow to this green magic that you keep hearing about,
Okay.
Oh.
and that
Does it have
it
a
had
bomb?
some kind of effect or interaction with the shadow stuff in the mine. It seems like the coal in the
Concentration.
mine might have some like unique properties unlike other types of coal because of
The
the
shadow.
overwhelming shadow stuff in the area.
It's actually dark gold.
I'm gonna look at my two fellow shorties before I then make my way and trail my vision upward. I say, there's something special about this coal. We could get wildly rich off of this.
Yeah. What we
make-
could do.
And then I look over to
Insane.
Enix and I go, maybe not.
No, look,
if we take the chimera meat and
No,
put it in the smoker room
This is exactly
with
what
the
I
coal.
No, we should absolutely go down into there and see if something has happened to this coal to maybe turn it back into gold, because chimera meat is no chimera meat. No more, please.
All right.
Wait a second.
I know that we have more pressing concerns right now, but
Do
we need to have conversations about this chimera meat. It's been a little while. I haven't need to mention it in a while. But we need to find alternate revenue sources.
You know-
We've been gone for longer than a week, haven't we? And I don't think Baron's not there watching over it, and we don't know if we ever got someone to touch the meat. so.
Not longer than a week. You've been gone. Well, I guess a little bit
Yeah,
longer
but
than a week. Yeah.
It smells like garbage there right now.
No, well, we asked Veruca to dispose of it. Remember when
Yeah,
she
we
got
did, we
upset when like she had a whole bunch of sandwiches, and I said make mushroom ones. Yeah.
We did tell her to pretty much do the shit. We said, no.
Yeah.
But this coal.
This
Yeah,
coal.
I would love to check it out since it got the same spiritual cleansing, shall we say, that all the shadows did. I would
Yeah.
love to check it out.
So do
All
we,
right.
So maybe
So-
because it reacted with you said it reacted with the like the Shadowfell energy almost.
the radiant energy.
And
Yeah,
it was soaked with said Shadowfell energy almost.
Oh.
So
reacted
for
with-
whatever reason, you get the feeling that there's a very thin spot in this mine between the Shadowfell and the material plane, right? And you don't know like what exactly the cause of that is and how long it'll take to fix. But you do know that you get the distinct impression that it has had some kind of impact on whatever was in the mine.
So would it be best if we tried to travel back down into the mine via the holes in the buildings here?
That would probably take less
That would be the
time.
fastest. Yeah.
Let's make sure we leave adequate ways out.
Yeah, well, if we
We also aren't, even though we get swim speeds, I just want to put that out there. We don't get, or no, we get breathing underwater. We don't get swim speeds
Mhm.
unless that spell has changed. And I look down, I'm like, it's like, like, that's not what I'm interested in getting stuck into.
Well, let's go back to the entrance of the mine.
mine
then.
entrance?
I know it's going to take us a few hours to get there, but we could travel there gingerly.
Unless Annex is willing to go down by himself. I hate saying that, but like, we do not have swim speeds, and we will get sweat. Like,
It's not rushing underneath you. Like, it's moving, but it's not. I don't want to give the impression that it is now like
It's
an
like
underground
flooded
river.
whitewater rafting.
Yeah.
okay, because that's what a main concern of mine is. I don't want it to be like we lose one of us and it's like, nope, now we're 3 hexes away. Like,
No,
Yo.
I would say it's moving at the rate of like a slow stream. You
Now
get
at
the
this
feeling
point,
it would be
yeah.
pretty manageable. Swimming, like, if you were to try to swim through it, would obviously, like, there would be some potential for drift, just because it is moving, but
Yeah.
it's not like a river that's flowing aggressively.
but that helps out a bit because that was a very large concern
Yeah.
of mine.
But before we inspect the mines, did we want to see if anything may have changed in the town on the surface here? Or did we already kind of do the quick visual related to that?
Oh, we went straight to bed. I mean, I know that was my fault, but like we went straight to bed. We didn't look at anything. It was the middle of the night too. So, but I think it would behoove us to look around.
Well, now since it's the morning, how much darker? I mean, I know you said it's gonna take a while to undarken, but compared to the previous morning we were here, is it feeling, besides the fact of like just imminent doom gone, is there anything else that's like, or just visually changing? The spirit's still gone.
Not really. I mean, the spirits are gone, but in terms of like the gloom that's settled in, it doesn't really seem like there's been a major change in that.
It's time to go to the Shadowfell and drop another bomb.
You can go to the Shadowfell and take a peek. I'm
That's
sure
all right.
George will help you out there.
George's probably like, this idiot's totally a flight risk.
Who,
What's the
George or
plan?
you?
George probably would say that I'm a flight risk.
Maybe. So what's the plan? What are you guys doing?
Let's look around town.
Okay.
We
Like,
just do the quick peek into each of the buildings like we did before, see if anything looks different and all that. We had done that in relatively swift order last time.
Yeah, you guys go. Everything looks basically the same. Nothing has really changed. I mean, you left your. I assume you left your horses in the stable, but that's an assumption that maybe you didn't. I don't know, but
They were part of our door jam.
Everybody are okay, yeah.
I mean, everything is fine, but it's still pretty dark. Nothing's really changed in the general vicinity, other than like now there's running water underneath the holes in the floors of the buildings. It's about 20 feet below where the holes are.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to assume any role like a Mr. Ron that I've heard so much about across the plains of existence. Is there a worry that this could potentially like collapse the town? Or is it like this has existed? I guess maybe if I've overthought other parts of this, maybe I'm overthinking this part. Because how did the mine exist with a potential massive water volume? Did a wall blow out and that's what happened? Like how did the mines exist?
Having not fully explored the mines, you don't really
wouldn't
know
know.
exactly what happened, but you could
Okay.
guess that like they may have mined close enough to the lake that the explosion
Might have been that.
might have blown a hole in the wall into the lake.
Let me overthink this for a second too. While after we destroyed that big honkin' whatever it was the last time, that the
Chunky
beast
boy.
with the eyes, how long? Maybe this doesn't mean anything, but how long between when we killed him? How long did it take for the water to show up? If it's going at like gentle stream speed.
It started to flow in. It's tough because like you weren't where the entry point was. I guess it started to flow in. You get the idea that it flew in pretty aggressively at the time that the explosion would have happened.
Okay, which implies that the wall that blew out is in the area of where we were when we came out of here.
Does it? I don't know. Yes, if that is what you believe, that is what you believe.
Complete.
Overthinking complete. All right, let's if we don't want to trap ourselves into any of these holes here, let's leave the rope that Baron had climbed down.
Yeah.
And let's make our way to the entrance and see, like the entrance of the mine, see if we can see how far we can get in before we need to go breathing underwater for things.
Yep. Whatever.
So you're gonna climb down or what?
No, we're gonna travel to the original entrance.
To the regular entrance. Okay.
Yes.
So you get to the entrance and you enter the mine, and you get the feeling you get about a half a mile into the mine. You travel for about, I don't know, it took you walked for about 2 hours before you got to the map. So you walk for about 45 minutes or so, and then the water starts as the mine kind of declines. And then pretty abruptly you get to the point where like you're gonna have to go underwater.
And then has anything changed about any of the rocks or anything, like as we've seen, like picking up some of the rocks from the water?
Yeah, so
Do
they all
different?
look largely the same. You get the idea that this part of the mine, even before all of this happened, was probably tapped out to begin with. There wasn't a lot of this like coal in this part of the mine when you came in here when it was dry, so you don't expect that has changed.
It was thoroughly excavated even before.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that makes sense. They wouldn't have mined further if there was still profitable things to mine here, right?
I mean, weird things have happened.
Yeah. So, Enix.
Yeah, so I bloop all of us with the power of being able to breathe and friendship.
Nice.
Heart.
The the breathing lasts for 24 hours. The friendship lasts a lifetime.
Sure. That's not necessarily true, but that's fine.
Well,
do we roll for that to see if that's
Roll
true?
for friendship.
It's a deception roll, right?
I just rolled a critical fail, so I guess that didn't.
Oh,
It's a
he
bad
ain't
day.
friends at all.
Bad day. All right, because the way that it sounded like the area where we went into the mine was lower than the second area, which was underneath the town. Does that sound correct?
No. So the second area that was under the town, to the bottom of that mine shaft, was about 60 feet. This is probably, like, the entrance was probably 30. And went downhill, and you were getting to the point where like, it clearly like levels off at some point. But for whatever reason, whether it's because they didn't have the technology or what, there's no like, they didn't install like mine elevators or anything. They just went laterally instead.
All right. Well, let's go exploring. Do we kind of remember the way that we went to get to?
Yeah.
No. All right.
I mean, like, largely it was a pretty straightforward path until it started to split up, kind of where the where the map started. So yes, you know how to get to that path.
Oh, okay.
All right. Is this the map that we're supposed to look at on roll 20 or no?
You can if you'd like.
I have no light.
He was just about to give us a gimme to be like, and you're in the part where you think you're at.
Oh, there we are.
Ah, the part where we were just gonna be at. Ah, that one.
Oh yeah, I also casted Breathe Underwater to Baron since I forgot he's with us.
Yeah, it's 10 people, so I assumed he was included.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys enter the mine. It seems fine. I mean, it's water. It looks pretty
wet.
much the same. But wet.
What's to the south here? Because I know we went north.
A
Or-
path?
Over
Hey, guys.
here?
Let's go this way. Oh, is not everybody in?
It's really dark still.
Let's go this way.
Hey Morty, you should turn
Hello.
on your magic finger. The
Phrase.
light up finger.
Oh, there we go.
E.T..
I will turn on my the finger, as it's now being labeled by our one and only.
That's what I'm here for.
I turned on daylight mode, so it should be fine to see now.
Whoa! What is that?
It's still
Is
really
anyone seeing
dark
a cool
for me.
diagonal? What is that?
I can't see any tokens, and it's really dark.
I don't
still.
know what. Oh, that was weird. This is really weird. I can see
Hit
something right
refresh.
here.
Refresh. Ooh.
Yeah, is
I
this-
see diagonals.
Is that
here.
area in here? Is that a thing or is that?
Is that by accident?
No, that's
What?
just a grid.
Yeah, that's
It's a
just
grid.
solid stone.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Just drag
I
your
morph
token in
into
there.
stone. I start beating the stone up.
Well, you do have the golem hands.
Ogre hands.
Ogre hands. Yeah, let's go
And the
south,
finger,
guys.
apparently.
All right.
I've never been given such an amazing title, the finger.
How far can we actually see underwater? Is the water
It is-
clear?
It is.
Aaron was here the whole time.
It's a little murky, but not super murky. You can see as far as you could see outside of the water. So whatever your dark vision currently is.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have dark vision, whatever
We were gonna
Jake's
hand wave
radius
this anyway.
of fancy light
Finger.
is.
His finger is doing a lot of work right now.
I believe it.
I need to start a circus show, like a hey, and like do it like over here, doing the light and being like this, like
Nice.
"Brr," doing a little circus light puppetry. That's what I need to do.
Have we?
Da 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 da.
What's the mine? I know we're not that far into it. Is the mine still looking pretty much like we saw the first time around?
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same. Not a lot has changed.
I think this is the episode where Brian says, "Yep, it's still the same for everything."
Everything is exactly
I
how.
may have signaled strongly at the beginning of the episode that things take time. Let's explore it right now.
We didn't get to do it beforehand.
Oh, this is where the Shadow Beast fought us. Do you remember that, guys?
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, like less than 12 hours ago. So, I guess this is where the first explosion happened.
Can
I
we
mean,
tell?
it's where the explosion you're responsible for happened.
Trio.
Potato,
What?
potato.
We're not here to assign blame.
Yeah.
Are we able to
Thank
tell
you.
if
Thank you.
the waters originated from any of the points around us down here?
So it is flowing out of this mine from the room you were just in.
From the room I was just in?
Yeah, so it's flowing out from like this area. But that
Oh.
is not where it is flowing in from, obviously.
So it's going out this way. Okay.
Let's say I were to just let the water take me where it will.
It would take you to this location
this
where it's
point
flowing
over
out
here.
of the mine.
Okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, what is it? Just like there's a sheer rock and then water goes through it, or is there a whole like?
No,
what
so
is-
there is like small breaches in the rock face, but they are not. I mean, they don't appear to be large enough. If they were large enough for you to like walk through, the flow would be much stronger in here. You get the idea.
It's more like the pool thing where it's like just slightly like
Oh.
it's very calm.
Mhm.
That's why it's not a rushing river. Got it.
Make an investigation check.
me?
Yeah, you're the one that's there.
Well, you know,
Or a nature check. I'll give you either one.
are we using bennies? What? How
Whatever you wanna
important do we
dude.
feel this
Whatever
one?
you-
Whatever
you want to do.
Oh, I'm using a benny.
No.
Too late. That was a 12.
12. Yeah, you get the idea that over time, like there's enough small holes here, and you get the general idea that probably over time, the water will open up these holes into a larger one that will cause the flow to increase. But you'd say at the soonest, with a 12, you know that could happen between 2 months and 17 years from now.
Well, that's better than the 1 I rolled the first time.
Yeah.
What is water? I don't know.
It's very wet here, guys. Why is it so wet?
Is water wet?
All right. Well,
Do you want that hole to be bigger? I can dig.
it sounds like you just volunteered to do it. Can we? It just occurred to me. How are we talking to each other down here? Can we do that?
You are blubbing real hard.
Right.
It's real hard to make out.
So you can do what you want because all I see is like a little person gesturing wildly at this wall, but I have no idea
Spit,
what
can
you're
you
trying
make
to
me
say.
an intelligence check, please?
Just a flat intelligence check?
Well, let's
We
say
know I'm really good
insight.
at
It can
those.
be insight if you'd like.
Ooh, insight. That I can do. What? That's a natural 20.
Yeah, it would be a wildly bad idea to open these rocks up right now
Oh, okay.
because you
gotcha.
are in the mine.
That's a good call.
Very, very bad idea.
We'd be out of the mine very fast.
You definitely would. I don't know where you'd be. I haven't mapped that out, but it wouldn't be great.
We'd be in the
Be
shadow
throwing
plane.
My
us a
natural 20 for
meaty-
tonight on an obvious answer.
Things how to throw us immediately to break. That.
All right, well, let's go figure out where this water's coming from.
Yeah.
Blah,
Let's
blah, 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 blah.
blah 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 blah. I motion frantically to everyone like this way, not that way.
I run up. I get really close to you, and I'm like checking your pulse, wondering if you're okay.
Spit.
Maybe the smell ran out.
Thank you, Spit. This way.
Eh. Hey, Baron, come with us.
He does.
Hey, Morty, come with us.
I'm
Oh,
here.
Right.
I swear, if there are shadows under here, I'm splitting. Brian's like, shadows.
You,
Blub, blub,
you don't
blub,
see
blub,
any
blub.
shadows.
I don't believe you.
Is there any like flow of water from us this way?
There's like a weird, narrow kind of like almost a current
Are there eddies?
as like water is flowing into these chambers and then out. There are some small cracks in the rock formation up here that the water is flowing out of. And then as you further investigate, it appears that that is connected to this chamber down here where the water flows into in kind of this like small circular formation. It's going super slow. You don't get the idea that like you get the idea that that is a closed circuit there. There's no feed source there. Because like once it filled up, the motion of the water just like nearly came to a stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That checks.
Just wanting to explore. I'm sure there was much narrative about the caves and all the shadows that were living in here.
It's probably actually just a bunch of bad decisions we could have made. What's the coal like?
Coley? I don't know.
No, I mean like, so I've had some experience with Shadowfell, maybe. If I had the inclination that this coal could have been potentially, that Shadowfell imbued. I guess I'm looking to see, is there still latent Shadowfell energy here within the coal?
Yes.
It's still here.
Yes.
Beyond so, and I guess I would have even gone as far as the fact to say like, hey, this, I don't know, like in the area that the original explosion in, I'm assuming like maybe it would have puffed away a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, but like, is it still surface like if something like radiant would have gone off? Is it like temporarily disabled in that area? And disabled I'm using like real lightly. Like I'm saying, is it still kind of surface enough where it's like, ooh, like, ugh.
It is still there is still a very substantial residue of shadow.
Okay.
You're not sure how like the water will have an impact on that, but it is still like fully integrated into the rock here.
We're making the chimera meat, explosive water. What movie is this? This is kind of like, what is it? Volcano or no? Dante's Inferno Peak? What was that awful volcano movie? That's the same thing that's about to happen here.
There was a couple of them that was actually pretty bad in the 90s, so.
We don't like to talk about those times.
I think it's Dante's Peak.
That
Yeah,
was
I
one
think-
of them, yeah.
That was an awful, awful movie.
There was another one where it came up in like Hollywood, and then they used like the storm drains to flow the lava out to
It's called Volcano Fire on the Mountain, right? Was that it?
something like that.
Anyway.
Dante's
Anyway.
Peak's the one where the old lady wades into the
Cross the
lava
cool
because she
didn't want to
she
paddle.
and her child can't both survive. So she decides to slowly wade into the lava and have a
And
dramatic
dies.
death scene. But that's not how that would work at all.
That's literally the exact scene I remember watching it once, and I was like 20 years ago. It was
She'd
just
die
like,
instantaneously from that.
yeah, she's like, oh no! It's like the canoe gets pushed forward. It's like, why? Anywho. Cool. Let's keep...
It was literally called Volcano.
Was that Volcano or was that Dante's Peak? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sorry.
Unless Dante's Peak wants to sponsor us, it doesn't
Right.
matter.
Unless Pierce Brosnan himself wants to come and be on our
Or
our
the
stream.
volcanoes of Hawaii.
All right, so continue on exploring through our beautiful cave here. Is any of this like coal rock imbued Shadowfell stuff easy to pick up, or is it all just kind of still stuck into the wall?
I mean, there are stones that have been like pushed to the outflow area. If you wanted to collect some, you definitely could.
Yeah, can I collect a handful, or like because I experimentation.
Yeah, it's like the rocks that I grabbed near the bottom of the lake.
Yes.
Sure.
Give that to Roscoe. Or we can grab extra so you can have fun with it, and then he's gonna create a bomb out of it. Let's grab some extra for Roscoe.
Jeez.
Yeah, because shadow shadow imbued.
Next we're gonna do cold
plus-
fusion.
Well, you add that to the resin from those trees that we had, and then you just like spark it a little
Ooh.
bit.
Well, it's supposed
Yeah,
to be
go
radiant
ahead.
energy.
Combine one awful thing with another one. That'll work out great.
And then put it in a tube.
And add Dickbird. Now we have a pandemic.
Dickbird feet.
Dickbird feet / bombing.
All right.
Hey,
so,
well, let's continue.
Let's
Yeah.
continue this.
because
We
We-
need
we-
more awful things to play
we
with.
we kind of remember this area because we just kind of
Where the
ran
hell
around
did you-
here.
oh. Did Brian just insta move us? Like, get us the hell out of
I
here?
moved you because you were all the way over there. But
Oh, sorry. I was looking at notes.
it's all right.
And then
We get moved to a
we
different
we,
map.
we kind of noticed that the flow is coming from this direction.
Yeah.
We hit the waypoint.
Oh.
It says hatching dragons. Ominous foreboding.
It's telling me that it's gathering steam, which kind of checks out. But
Mine is loading the special
I
effects.
still like the fact
engine.
that it took us 3 weeks of no comment to come to 1 week last week of just breaking 3 weeks of you thinking we were gonna do something. You're like par for the course now, and now we're recounting the tale of how badly we fucked something up.
I don't have a lot of answers for you guys, man.
I am alone in
Yeah,
this.
I'm working on it.
Okay. I'm alone. All right. All right, Jake. Yeah, you are.
We're on like 5
Why are
parts
you
of
over
the map.
there?
So
Oh, now we're all over there. Okay.
Oh.
I'm like getting the sneak peeks from the stream.
Ooh.
Zoom out a little bit more here.
Don't sneak peek
Zoomed
at the
all the way in.
stream.
I just see where he was putting us all, because it is now very dark on my screen. Oh, he's making it light.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ding.
What a merciful God. If I can't see anybody else, is that okay?
It's fine.
What?
I can't see anybody else.
You should be able to see other people.
I'll
Oh,
reload.
we can put in our own auras.
I like just asking Brian to do that.
Oh, it doesn't do anything.
No, I think
No.
it just. I think it's like if you have Spirit Guardians or something up.
Yeah.
I'll start doing that, Brian. I'll be a little more beneficial. You may just reload.
I would reload if you're not seeing people. Yeah.
Reload. Determining scale sizes.
Remapping something.
Reticulating
Alright.
splines.
Yeah, that's the other one.
So cool. I can now set those things so I can tell when I can hit something with my bow.
All right, let's keep
Yeah,
going.
it's real annoying though, because it. I see it. I see all of your effects for all of your characters on my map.
Then I will turn that off.
I already did,
Eh.
but that's fine. Yes, you guys notice the water is flowing from both directions currently.
Ah.
I'm sorry. Who moved? Who was that?
Sorry.
That's Morty.
It's
So-
blow,
having a
it's flowing
having
from
a lot
both
of fun.
directions, but you also know that there's like a circular loop here
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
explored. So
We probably should at least go back to where he came from.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's go left.
To the left, to the left.
Everything you own in a box to the left.
okay,
Bob, 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 bob.
You can't say
Copy-
much more. or we get
Copyright strike.
DMCA'd. Yeah. Or we get DMCA'd.
Because we were just that close to the original.
Hey.
Does the mine
I-
continue to look fairly normal?
what's that?
The mine continues to look fairly normal?
It looks very similar to how it looked yesterday, but wetter.
It's very wet here.
Well, also keep in mind this is the part where we were literally sprinting through it to catch the big ol' the big one.
We were doing
big
some
one.
sneaking.
Yeah, he was down in here.
We were doing all kinds of fun things. What?
Didn't you like see something down here?
Oh,
Alex?
I just
you said
barely
something.
disconnected from Rindaret.
The big guy
big
was
guy.
originally down.
The monster came out of this room.
Yeah, so there's no indication that there ever were like a whole grip of shadows in here, right? Because there
There
were
were
like
a lot
three
of shadows in this room before.
right. But it's just nothing now.
Dude.
I mean, you still see like the silhouettes like burnt into the walls
Oh wow!
where you're near Morty's light spell.
Hello.
But based off like dark vision alone, you can't see the difference in coloration between the silhouettes and just the regular walls.
Now, is there more energy here in this location than there was in the previous area?
How would you like to go about finding that out?
Ooh, I would like to do a underwater investigation check. Or wait,
I think what
Special
I would like to do
investigation?
is follow him with my like my spell, like on like this, like right behind. I'm not
Like,
gonna
right
help
by
him at
his
all
ear?
because he can't see anything and he's like looking around. I'm just going like this to him, like really close by.
You know,
no,
can-
no means of helping.
can I do a religion check on that one? Or does that not? No. All right. Investigation. We'll do an investigation.
I'm like doing this around you. I'm like, I don't know if you can see my movement. I'm like actually just like going around your character in circles.
Well, that's an 8, so that's not. I'll still grab a few more pebbles and such from this area just to round out my collection.
Yeah, it all sure is spooky.
Extra spoopy.
How, Brian? Quick question
Mhm.
to humor me. How long has it been since we started this adventure?
What?
As in, like,
and we showed
like-
up in Bell like pre
in Bell, yeah, and before, like, how long have you been now? It's been like only a couple months, right?
No, because you took about a month after you
After
killed
Red
the
Dragon.
dragon.
Yeah, so like only
So it's been maybe
3 months.
3 months, 3.5.
We. I like to think that 3 months ago we were like wrangling horses, and now we're like now we're at the bottom of a coal mine, just having underwater, like, and we're just like, this is normal. This is something we would totally do.
Well,
Look at
when
us.
you-
Well, I mean, we were adventurers before. I mean, remember
No, we
that
weren't.
time? Yeah, we were.
I wasn't.
remember that time we were all drinking together and then
You broke some
Yeah.
stuff.
we broke some
There's
stuff?
that.
Kiv,
Don't we need to like pay for a thing at some
Yeah,
point?
that's right.
which is something we should probably talk about after we get out of here.
After we get out.
Yeah,
of here,
by all
yeah.
means, let's have that conversation right now.
Blah, blah, blah,
Do
blah, blah, blah,
interpretive
blah, blah.
charades.
Meanwhile, Enix is like,
Quick
what?
question, actually. The path that large gentleman was doing, did it leave any like extra traces of like shadowy feels around?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
So like the big boy, the drainer boy,
The vitreous thief.
vitreous thief. He was a very shadowy-esque boy. Did he leave a path? I know because it hasn't been 2 months to 17 years from now. I'm seeing if there's any residual effects that maybe he would have had, like since his presence was so far like around. Is there any like residual feeling of him being here because he was such an overwhelmingly large? Because you said he was like just a big ball of shadow almost.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you get the idea that, like, the evidence that he has been here is the fact that the mine is so infused with shadow stuff, right? Like, you're not sure, like, how powerful he was relative to, like, the permanency of things. So, like, It's possible that like this never changes, right? You don't really have a way to know. Like if he was a powerful enough shadow entity, the fact that he resided here for so long could be leaving permanent effects, or at least like semi-permanent, until someone does something that like actively to change that. But you get the idea that he like this mine was well traveled by him, and so like his presence, you feel it everywhere in the mine.
Okay.
Less so than before, but like the evidence of him is in like the coal ash and the overwhelming kind of shadowy illumination that permeates the mine.
Okay.
As we round the corner here, do we feel a change in flow of the water?
You do, because it splits, right? So clearly the water is coming in from here, because it flows, once it hits this kind of T here, it flows both left and right from, or up and down from this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach, you notice like, yeah, there's a pretty substantial fissure in this wall.
Blub, blub, blub.
Right.
All right. So that's where the hole is.
Mhm.
I was about to say, where is our rope? Is back on the other map. Yeah, that's right.
Well, Spit, we can't talk to each other. I kind
That
of
was really
I
great.
gesture wildly at you,
Mm-hmm.
and I gesture wildly at the fissure, and I go, blub blub blub.
So I go back and I do like this at him, and I go, no, right?
You could dig.
Wait,
Don't know
we
what-
saw that the wall didn't have.
How wide is this fissure?
Yeah.
It's like a 4 foot by. It's like 4 foot wide and like 6 foot tall.
Oh,
It's like a
I
big
can totally
fissure.
fit in that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, all of us could fit through that.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you didn't say let's go. You just pointed wildly at it and then disappeared into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you swim through the fissure in the side of the mine, and you go for about like 600 or 700 feet,
Oh.
and then it like narrows down a bit.
Oh.
You get the idea that like if you followed this path far enough, you'd probably get to the lake.
The lake. Got it. Yep. No surprise there. We can go back now. We should probably go to the lake and see if it's draining.
How did you communicate that to
I
us?
think in my head.
So let's ride the walrus back to our rope, since there's some flow.
Cuckoo cuckoo.
Yeah, you managed to follow the current back to where your ropes are.
See,
And-
it's it's over here-ish, I think.
It's on the
No,
other map.
Yeah, it's
on
on
the
the other map. You're
Meh.
thinking in the right vicinity, but just wrong map.
Yeah, it's somewhere like here.
It was to the right of where we were with the blink with the
Yeah,
shadow blink.
somewhere in here.
Roll 20 is moving slow tonight for me.
Yeah. But we make it to the ropes, right? Nothing eventful happens. So
We explode
We
No.
get wet.
with
we
happiness.
did get wet. Yeah, we did get wet.
Oops.
Whoa, Baron, you're going fast.
Where did y'all go?
Lower right.
That's not where the rope is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It was up in the tunnel up here.
Oh, it was up in this tunnel
Just
here. I
hand wave
remember.
our way out.
Hooray! We're back in the In the
We're not
place.
we're not there anymore. Woo!
Look, you
We're
did
back
it.
in town. Wait, do we have to like do that?
No.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make athletics checks to climb a sheer rope 20 feet above the
Oh,
surface of the
yeah.
water.
Yes. Can I go up first?
If you want.
I feel like
Can
I
I
should.
like try to nimbly go up and stuff and use
No.
acrobatics instead?
I
It
guess
is
my
an
ask
acrobatics
is:
check.
is there a way? I guess
No,
I
you said
can
athletics.
provide, because I'm so strong and meaty with my gloves, more assistance for them, or would it be? Is it more beneficial for me to be at the bottom or the top?
I mean, if you get up first, you can use the rope to pull them up if
To
they
pull
hold on
us
to
up,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Mhm.
that.
All right.
I'd like to give
That
myself
way we get our
guidance,
rope back too.
if that's cool, Brian.
Hmm?
And then my guidance. 14.
Yeah, you're good.
Uh-oh. Okay.
You guys managed to get out of the mine.
Did we acquire any useful information there?
It's
It's
wet.
mainly the same and it's wet. And we know where the fissures are, and we likely understand. Oh, as we get out, I go, all right, so that fissure probably went from the lake, but I think we knew that already.
I'm gonna respond to you as if I was still underwater.
Blah, 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 blah,
Whoa,
blah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay.
All our lungs are still full of water.
Oh, it could
Like
be,
to
yeah.
quickly expel my lungs of water.
You're proficient at that.
I would
that a bonus
quickly like
action?
to expel the fish that are in my lungs too.
So that took about 6 or 7 hours.
So what's like early
Afternoon?
afternoon now?
You
Early
would
to mid.
guess?
Let's go over to Corbin's. And bring
We
the
should.
rocks.
What?
Yeah.
The spirit rocks that you.
Yeah.
That,
The
okay.
bomb?
No, not the barracks rocks. No, the rocks that that
Oh,
Dimitri was
yeah, yeah,
collecting.
And who was collecting?
You collected rocks and coal, right? For your collection, you said. Oh, I wasn't hearing that one thing.
No, I watched you. I watched you roll very poorly and then pick up some rocks.
Brian, I would have assumed when I originally said I'm gonna grab some for Roscoe, I would have gathered a fair amount. of coal.
Yeah.
Like,
You were
I mean,
literally in a
whether
mine
he-
full of the rocks. so-
Whether Spit is aware of it or not, I hope you're aware that I did that. So it's not like Jake, hey, many times. It's like I would have done that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess
So everyone good with going to Corbin's?
I would
Yeah,
like
let's-
make one more preliminary check with my light up. Are there any spirits?
Ooh, I want to ask Baron. Did George enjoy going swimming around in the mines?
That sounds awful to ask someone.
No.
Oh,
No, he didn't.
Okay. Okay.
My bad.
Sorry about that. All right, let's go back to Corbin's. We get our rope. We go back to Corbin's.
You head back to Corbin's. And as you are starting to arrive,
The bear.
you...
Dick Bird.
He's like, you notice that the stream around his homestead is like 1.5 feet deep now.
Wow.
Like it is the water level has risen quite a bit. And he kind of like sees you approach and is like, "Oh, I think someone sent you a message last night." And he points over at like a pile. And at first you can't really figure out what it is. And then you notice that it is clearly like a sunken, bloated, dead body. And that's where we're going to take our quick 5-minute break. And we'll be back here pretty soon. We'll say 5 to 9. We'll start up again. Give us just a couple of minutes. Grab a new drink. Use the bathroom. Do what you got to do. And we'll be right back for more In the Red. And we're back from break with more In the Red. Our heroes just made it back to Corbin's homestead and found out there's a message waiting for them in the form of a bloated, sunken, dead body.
The hell of a message.
I'm gonna immediate. I know I'm of course aware of waterlogged bodies. Like he's dead. But now I'm looking to see like, is he undead? Is he Shadowfell dead? Is he
Is
like,
he in
long
a
has he been
position of
dead?
gently repose?
Yeah, is he intentional? Is he potentially meat now?
So you take a look, and it is clearly like this body has been dead and underwater for a while.
A while.
And as you look at it, in his chest,
Oh, there's
Oh.
that thing.
carved into the flesh, it says, "Your presence is required. I'm not in the habit of being in debt."
I'm not in the habit of being in debt. What does the face look like?
Kind of sunken, mostly.
That's carved
mostly,
into the body. That message.
Yeah. Hold on.
mostly decomposed, frankly.
So was it a body that had been dead for some time and then a message was carved into it?
That's what it looks to be. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not in the habit. So it's your presence is requested.
Mm-hmm.
I
No.
am-
Your presence is required.
Acquired.
Is required. I am not in the
And yeah.
habit of being in debt.
Correct.
So wait. So how I'm Jake understanding that is this person's in debt to us? Is that not how grammar works?
Have we ever seen the well,
There's not really
Is-
an Oxford comma involved in this one, so I don't know how to answer your question.
I only see one definitive period here.
is the body identifiable enough that we can recognize who this is?
That's my next question.
No, it does not. It looks like it has been dead much longer than you would know anyone in this region.
That's gross.
Is
But
it
less
wearing
than
clothes?
10 years, right? But less than 10 years worth?
You're not sure. It might even be older than that.
Is it wearing clothes?
It is wearing pants, but they are mostly tatters.
Mm-hmm.
Are there
it is
anything in the
not wearing a
pockets?
shirt.
Are there anything in the pockets, he says?
No. No, there's nothing in the pockets. You
Dang.
cannot steal from this long dead man.
Is there a signed Eustace Gladbottom maybe on the back? Like is there
No.
a Gladbottom? Like who the hell do we owe? Who the hell owes us?
When we were told of this body being here,
Hello?
did he explain who dropped the message off?
It flowed in the river one day and stopped.
What stopped it?
I don't know.
It just well,
Did
okay.
he move it?
Where is the body?
Yeah, he
right
pulled
now?
it out of the water. So it's
Okay.
over by the stumps.
Oh, okay.
And he
So-
pulled it out of the water, but he said it just flew in the current when the water rose and
So
stopped.
This might not be
Grounds.
directed at us.
Hmm?
This might not be directed at us.
Oh, yeah. How do you know it's for us?
It's not for me.
Because-
Nobody else is here.
It's
we're the
not
only
for
other
us
watch-
either.
Could
Actually,
this-
no. How old is the how fresh or new does the carving look?
You know.
The carving is new.
Oh, that's for us.
What?
It's not like it's like, you know, like the skin has kind of worn away on it. It looks very fresh.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not a doctor
the carving
here,
is very
but-
new.
Gross.
Did it have like directions like underneath or no directions?
In the pants.
They were in the pants.
It's in the pants.
And can we flip the body over? Is there anything on its back? I mean, gross, but
There is nothing on its back. Its skin
but-
starts to like
Oh,
slough
I
a bit
regret
as
this
you,
immediately.
like flip it over like a
Why?
loose sock on a foot.
Why are you? I know that
And I inspect
I
it
know
further.
that's my own doing, but please, you inspect. I'll be over here vomiting.
It's like when a snake molts its
No.
skin.
Well,
I
yes.
could cast Speak with Dead if you want me to, but I feel like that'd do nothing for us actually.
He's pretty old. He wouldn't have
Yeah, I
been-
like literally go like, yeah, he's it's not. I want to speak with Dead with the thing that was carved with it on it.
Can I cast? If I cast first level Cure Wounds, would that bring
No.
it back to life?
No.
No.
Please come back, please.
You're probably looking at a wish spell at least to bring it back to life.
Right? Ew.
Not reanimate dead.
That'll
No.
bring something back, but maybe
Um,
not something useful.
Hey, Corbin, can you help us here?
This is do you need me to help you move it or what?
I mean that too, but couple things.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to interject. Corbin, why are you so chill about handling dead bodies? First of all,
I will actually look.
His
at
eyes
him
go
directly-
wide and he
Wait,
starts
no.
glancing around and that's
No.
it.
I literally say to him, I say, Corbin, I got this one. His family is important, and they've clearly done a lot of important things for us. And I point at the wall of trinkets, and then also look back, not so subtly, at Corbin and go, "I got you," and like clearly indicating that his family's done some sketchy shit. Like,
It occurs to you, you're reminded of the fact that he grows vegetables over the grave of his mothers. So,
he talks to his mothers
that-
who
Oh,
don't
that's
respond
right.
back.
that actually occurred
Good
to me in
morning.
real life while you were talking.
He has an extinct species of bear that's here.
Hi, bear. I go over and pet the bear. I tell him he's a
Oh,
good
I
ask
should
him
read
what
my
he thinks
notes.
about the thing.
Oh yeah. So I do that.
I didn't get to ask.
do you have
I would-
Speak with Animals cast? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Getting some good mileage out of that spell.
This is, what?
The
Bear
the dead guy over there with the letters carved.
Yeah.
What's the? Do you know anything? Is that a common occurrence around here?
No. No. But there's some kind of weird. You don't see that weird glow? Some
Weird
kind of
glow.
weird glow on it. You don't
Somebody-
see a weird glow.
Somebody cast detect magic.
No one
I
has
know I
detect
have that
magic.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
no one
yes.
has that.
No, I do. But he's talking with the bear right now, and I can't understand it.
It's true. You
Oh,
don't
right,
understand
okay.
Dire Bear.
I do relay everything he's just told to us. Hey,
Now, originally-
everybody. Did,
Is it glow?
so
Originally
no,
cast that
actually,
spell.
I ask, hey, Bear, do you have a name? Or just
Bear.
Bear? Okay,
Bear.
Bear.
I was
Hang
gonna
on a
ask the same
second. I gotta ask.
No,
my
he
friends
does have a
what-
name. I told you his name, but I forget
No,
what it
his
is
name
now.
is. Hold on, I got it. Keep going. I'll find it.
Well, I ask him to just like chill out for a second, and I kind of go over. Since all y'all are hanging up out here, is there anything you'd like me to ask the bear?
Actually, no, you never gave us a name.
Because the bear seems to have more useful information than Corbin does. So just like, but should I ask the bear anything?
Well, the bear doesn't have a name, so what do you name the bear?
He does have a name. It's a bear pun, and I told you what it was, but I don't remember what the bear pun was.
It was pretty pawful.
Yeah. Just imagine it's a delightful bear pun, and then come to your own conclusion on the bear's name.
So, Alex, what is the bear pun? Come on.
Oh,
Oh man!
I would've written it down, I swear,
This
this
the
was-
rest of the
Oh wait,
Really?
it was
Eric, no.
his name is Roberto.
Roberto.
He goes by Bobby.
Roberto.
That's right.
right.
Roberto.
Corbin
So,
calls
hey-
him Bobby. That's right.
Roberto.
I remember things sometimes.
Or Bobby. How did I not write that down? Was I just so disappointed?
Missed opportunity. I don't know.
no, you know what? I
And
was
we went
really
on for puns for like 10 minutes.
I was mad at the bear pun when you brought it up the first time. I'm cool. I'm here for it this time. I am absolutely so. All right. So I still ask my cohorts here, like, is there anything you'd like me to ask Roberto, because he seems to be he seems to know more about what's going on here than Corbin does.
How long has he been around?
Who, the bear?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be like way older than a bear is supposed to be.
Is he older than?
Yeah, because he was with the because he was there with his mothers.
Has he ever recalled seeing? I know he's all you at. Or you relayed the info to us that he does not recall seeing this. But when was this a means of transporting messages? Was just floating bodies down rivers?
He says, back when Corbin's moms were here, they got messages once in a very long while. I think the last one came
Via dead body.
Maybe 20 years ago this way.
This exact way.
Do they know? Do they? So you're talking straight to Roberto now?
No, I'm talking to you. But
okay, no, that's fine. It saves us a lot of time if you just.
Hey, you know what?
Situation.
You know what? We're gonna do this. You know what? Hey, Henix, can you please ask him when the last time the message was sent?
You know what?
Route?
I'm gonna do what the spell says I can't do. I'm gonna touch Roberto's head and touch your head, and now you can communicate directly between them to allow this two-way communication. How about that?
It sounds like it's gonna need a Benny at least.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, just spend it.
I just want to save us all a lot of time for the situation I just caused
there
for
too,
us.
And like, if I had hair, it would stand on its end, Joe.
You're like touching it with your elbow. Like, come on.
While y'all are doing this, just ask Roberto if he wants a snack, because I don't know what we're gonna do with this.
Yeah. So hey, Roberto, we got some snacks up here if you want.
Snacks?
Yeah. Come up here and have some, and we'll just like we have a couple questions if that's cool, but you know we got some munchies.
I like snacks.
It's been a long day. Okay, cool.
Meanwhile, Corbin in the back is like, "Don't feed the bear."
I'm really hoping he turns it from like 17 or 17,000-year-old bear to like 2-year-old pup, like 6-month-old puppy, like, oh, snacks, and just like literally is moving with agility unseen by this bear.
I know you told us how old Roberto was at one point, but I forgot. Is it? I know it's significantly older than a bear should be, right?
It's like you
extinct.
You haven't specifically asked, but you get the idea. It's between like 50 and 60 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Since I am familiar with animals, like, are they bashful about their age? Like, if I directly asked Roberto how old he is, would he get
just
weird
don't ask
about it?
how much he weighs?
I don't know.
Yeah,
no, he wouldn't get weird about it.
Okay, cool. Well, you just told me the answer, so I don't need to ask him anymore. So, anyways, Roberto.
He doesn't know he doesn't know any more specific than 50 to 60 years.
Okay.
Because he's still a bear and doesn't
bear.
know numbers well. But
that's a very specific range of numbers. But okay, hey Roberto, you mentioned that other messages have come down the stream here from time to time. Does anyone ever know who sent them?
I mean, Corbin's mothers used to, but they didn't really share that information with us.
Corbin's mother sent the messages or received them?
Received them.
Did they ever find out who sent them?
Probably, but I don't know.
Come up here for some snacks.
Snacks!
Snacks, they're up here.
Morty, before
Are they in baskets? I don't like baskets.
Morty,
Hello.
before I feed the body to the bear, do you notice anything?
First off, why are you feeding the body of the bear? Second, why are you feeding the body of the bear?
Are you bringing the body of the bear when you promised him snacks? He is not interested in that old ass body.
That was the snack.
Third,
I was like, it's got. I got snacks.
Would you like a bag of chips or decomposing flesh?
I was casting
on that.
detect magic at that point. It's during this conversation of them, and also the potential me saying no when you were pointing at the body, like, you want snacks? Body. and then I am like, don't go there.
I'll give the bear some of my rations.
No, good berry.
Oh, I'll give him good berries. Yeah, I'll cast good berry. Give him good berries.
I thought that's what we were referring to when you said snack.
That's also what I thought you were referring
you
to.
have. It is magical. Yes.
Is there a Brian? Got to give me some more.
Are you going to concentrate?
Are the
No, I'm
cartons
asking what
magical?
school of magic is it?
Sure.
Oh.
There are two.
Ooh.
There is conjuration and necromancy magic.
Yeah, I guessed one of those.
I would like to concentrate. I didn't know there was a concentrate component of this.
Concentrating allows you to determine the school.
Oh, and necromantic energy that permeates with this body is. Can I determine? I mean, I know this is breaking kind of the spell.
Mhm.
Can I determine what exactly like? What is the necromantic component? What is the conjuration component?
Make a religion check.
Sure thing.
Ooh, not an arcana.
12.
He's not an arcane caster.
Oh, okay.
12. There is this combination reads as like fey magic or green magic also.
In a good or bad way?
I mean, someone sent you a dead body as a message, so take that as you will, but
So this kind of message would be considered fey/green. And I look back at Corbin and go, I'm at a loss of understanding here. Maybe you could help me out. Did your mothers ever decide to send people messages by this route?
oh, they never sent messages this way, but I think they
Yeah.
received a few.
Did they ever, maybe not by human dead body or humanoid dead body, did they ever do it by like fowl / like other kind of
Vermin.
like vermin? You know, because this seems to, and I assume you also know, benefit of the doubt, that this kind of feels like a fey / green magic kind of thing.
It says, oh yeah, I thought that was obvious.
Hey, the heavy metal, you're gonna go.
Beat me to it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, it didn't. I'm kind of new to this, but I'm just.
Oh,
You
my
know,
expectation is that's some kind of fey or green magic.
So origin-wise, would this have been from another Fey spirit? Is this typical of a Fey spirit, or is this like a, hey, you send this to your neighbors when you want to go to a cookout? Like,
Oh, guys, we should go to the lake.
we probably should go to the lake.
Oh yeah, we need to go to the lake.
He says,
We
I
probably
don't
should go to the
know.
lake.
I mean, I think my mother's only received this message from this kind of message from one person, but I don't know who it is.
Can we make a stab in the dark?
Sure.
Is it Salka?
As you open up your book to like reference, there's a new entry for Rusalka that indicates that she sends messages to people by sending them bloated, sunken, dead bodies with messages carved in their
Is
chests.
Rusalka? How do you spell it? Is it RHA?
It's RUSALKA.
RUSLAK.
RUSALKA.
Yeah, I
now
got
it
there.
makes sense. 'Cause
Apparently
it's not talking
sends
about we're the ones in
Dead bodies. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave. Apparently sends dead bodies. That's all I got. That's all the entry's gonna get is apparently sends dead bodies.
Well, what time of day is it right now?
It's nighttime.
Let's have a rest at Corbin's shack here.
Corbin,
And-
He like
did you
kind of
hear
looks a
anything?
little glum when you refer to his home as a shack.
I was gonna say this is a fine establishment right
pen
here.
his
house.
homestead.
He's like, go find another shack to sleep in. I don't know, like.
Well,
All right, I'll
I
go
do have a
sleep with
question
the
for
bear.
him. Did he hear anything last night?
You ask him, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "No, no."
Did you have any shadows or the Bodak show up?
I mean, we killed the Bodak. It won't be back for a while.
Sure. Does it feel safer here?
He kind of like...
Minus the body?
He says, oh no, that's probably safe. He says, it does feel safer here.
Okay.
When your mothers had these dead body these messages sent to them, what did they do with the
Made 'em.
the you know the
Body.
medium of the body of the message rather?
The body.
The canvas.
I don't want to call it yes, the canvas. That's a good way to put it.
The body.
Typically, they threw it back in the stream.
Okay.
Sometimes,
only
if they
make-
needed the message, they'd
Carve it out.
take it
Peel
off,
the message out.
and
Yeah.
then they'd put the rest back in the stream.
What kind of messages would they get?
I don't know. I wasn't very. I mean,
How old is Corbin again?
he's probably in his late. It's tough because he's like, he looks
A
old,
well-built dude.
but he also looks pretty old because he's been alone and crazy for a while.
Because you said the last time you received the message, and this might be like a retcon thing, was 20 years ago.
No. The last time his mothers received the message.
Yeah. Which
Oh.
you don't know how old he was at that
Right.
time, though.
He says, my mother's. They
When did your
passed
parents die? Yeah.
about
Like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And he was,
Um,
and how old was he?
About 8.
Go back up in the notes. He was about 8.
It's a good thing Bobby was here. He raised me.
Oh, Roberto.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's a good one. So yeah, let's go over to the lake.
Yeah, let's
Do
go
we
to
think we need to peel this message off in case we need to like turn it in for a receipt or something?
Well,
It wouldn't take a lot of work.
Chekhov's gun and everything, we probably should take the message. I know I'm metagaming here, but we should probably take the message with us.
Well, let's,
Yeah.
let's have a let's have a rest first because it's nighttime, and we can go in the morning.
Is it nighttime
fucking look-
already?
Yeah, it's late afternoon / night. Because it took 7 hours to explore the line, which puts us in the early afternoon. 4 hours
Yeah.
travel.
I'd
Yeah.
be down with hanging out here because we've had a tough couple days.
I
We deserve a rest.
I don't actually know. I mean, I know what my burial rights would be, but I would actually take a look to see if there's a burial rights appendix in my book to see if there's anything about taking stuff from bodies.
Like taking flesh from bodies?
Yeah, unless you want me to make up with that, which I'm okay doing, but I wanted to ask if there's anything formal with the Lady of the Woods.
So burial rights in
Or, like,
terms...
Interference with the dead, or with like kind of like you don't do that.
Right. So you get the idea that like Rusalka is definitely one of the Fae that she is a warden of rather than a matron of. Right?
Mhm.
Like Rusalka is one of the Fae spirits that is kept in check by the Lady in the Woods rather than like supported and like encouraged. Right?
Mhm.
So you get the vague idea that like this practice is probably not preferred by the Lady of the Woods, but because of the nature of Rusalka in that she is like the Fae spirit of drowned souls, this is her domain, right? While the Lady of the Woods would be uncomfortable with it, it would be kind of above her authority to stop it from happening.
I'm just trying to make wardened.
So it said they don't like to be indebted.
You said matron. Matron was the word. Not matron.
Warden.
You said warden, and then there was the other word.
It was matron, yeah.
Matron.
So does that mean because we flooded the mine and drowned all those shadows that Rosulka would then be indebted to us? Because
We also left the healer's kit in her little jar thing,
I'm taking that back.
if it's still there.
You're right.
yeah, let's kind of hang around the campfire this evening, see if we hear any screams, children laughing, children crying, explosions.
This does seem like the safest place to be around here.
And then we can, in the morning, go check
Pass
out,
around good berries.
pass around some good berries.
Mm-hmm. So you guys sit around the fire, and
I swear to God, the Bodak comes back. I'm throwing something at him.
It's been a day.
at about 11:15, you hear
Nothing.
children giggling.
Yay!
It's coming from the north.
Go on.
That's all I have
Okay.
for you.
I keep you at Antissa. So from the north, you say?
And Goldhome is
To the north.
to
To
the
the north.
Okay. Generally, it's another couple of hours until we would hear the explosion.
Is there? I'm gonna ask Corbin to say, "Hey, I need a huge favor for. I know you're super into your thing here. When we come back, the next times we visit, it'll be important to.
You're gonna visit
know,
again? Cool.
Of course, Corbin.
We promise.
To make sure that if anything changes, you find a way, maybe not floating dead bodies, but like find a way to get that info to us. If something changes, if this, and like I'm like talking as like the laughing kind of still continuing, we don't want this to change. This laughing, like enjoyment. If you hear the explosion go off again, we need you to find a way to get that info to here, regardless of what it is, how you do it. It's important.
Mhm.
Can you make that promise to us? Or don't. It's cool. I'm just.
We live in Wind Hollow. We have a house there.
I will try very hard to send you a message should the explosion start again.
Okay. And we're going to be in the area, too. And that's, of course, why we're going to visit anyway. But, like, if you don't hear from us for a little while, and it starts again, it's important to know that we want to know and hopefully not have that continue.
Mhm.
We want to make sure everything's right here.
Sure.
I don't want the asthmatic laughing that just happened.
You hear tiny children laughing.
I take out a shotgun and like, this is not okay.
Corbin, would you object to say folks coming back to the town of Goldhome?
What kind of folks? Not busybodies, right?
No, just those looking to make a living and, reestablish a city.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the people.
When was we made you the mayor of the city?
I can't be the
Right,
mayor
yeah,
of the
well,
city. I'm king of this homestead.
When was you king of this homestead and the city?
I don't want to be king of the city.
Return to Roberto.
Shit, that's way
No.
scarier.
Snacks?
I'd toss him another good berry.
Yeah.
He's the fullest of boys. He's overladen with fat. So
Well,
let's
Don't
finish the night then.
Tell him that.
You guys look around the fire and you notice that Corbin or that Baron is not around the fire.
Shying away?
You don't know. You don't see him.
Oh. Probably effing off somewhere.
Was he
No,
with us when we
actually-
got here?
Yep.
Yeah, did he go inside?
Nope.
Can I cast primal awareness?
Yes.
Do I get my ping?
He is within a mile. Yes.
Awesome. He hasn't gone far, guys. He's
You
within a mile.
you investigate the north side of the homestead here by the gardens, and you sneak up on him, and you notice that he's making strange child giggling sounds as you sneak up on him.
Surprise!
Oh.
I'm not there. I want to make a clear statement. I'm still by Corbin.
Oh, you caught me.
Is that you, George?
What? I mean, we just thought it'd be funny. I don't know. No. We just wanted to lighten the mood, but I don't know. I guess maybe it was bad timing. I don't know.
George,
Oh, that was great.
George, we really appreciate it, but we've been really worried about the giggling noises that we've been hearing. It hasn't been you the whole time, has it?
Tonight, yeah.
What? No, I mean before that.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Okay. Or if I asked you not to do that, would you not anymore, please?
I mean, yeah. I guess we just thought it'd be funny.
I thought it was funny,
It's a little soon.
and I
George.
like hop up and give him a high five.
36 hours is too soon. All right.
He's asking that question. The dead kid. Alright.
You sleep eventfully.
Yeah.
Sleep successfully.
Somebody keep an eye on Baron for those explosions. Wait, no rolls?
He can make explosions. It's chill.
You don't hear the explosions. You don't hear the screaming or the crying.
You don't have the real giggling either, though.
No, you don't hear the real giggling either. You do get a protected long rest, so go ahead and remove your exhaustion if you need to, and get your full hit points back. And if you have a thing that ends on a long rest, go ahead and end that. I think charisma damage from someone and strength damage, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whoops.
George is such a troll.
It
I
was
thought it was
good. It was such a
super
good
wholesome.
idea. It was a
No,
good idea.
The worst part about it, I thought it was gonna be super wholesome. Like he was laughing, and there was other kids. Like he was actually doing something super wholesome, and then it was like them just laughing and doing that, and I was like, oh, what a bunch of shitbags. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's going the wholesome route totally, and I was like, nope, not the wholesome route, absolutely not.
All right, guys. So let's go check out that shrine around the lake. We can start making our trek over there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's going to
actually-
take the better part of a day to get over there, unless you like find a way to make a boat and row across. You'll have to go around the side of it.
I wish I tap my heels really quickly, and I my only can think about is Rusalka Shrine. All I can think about is Rusalka Shrine, and I'm hoping I just show up there. Does that work or no?
As
No.
you close your eyes and you say Rusalka Shrine, Rusalka Shrine, Rusalka Shrine, Rusalka Shrine.
8 hours
your
later, you
heels.
end up at
You tap your heels. You start to feel like this aloft feeling, as
Yeah.
if you're flying away.
as I'm quick time traveling.
And
8 hours
then
from now.
it stops, and you open your eyes, and Roberto says it didn't work.
I'm hoping, even without
In
the spell
English out
casted
loud.
in
Yeah.
common, he says it didn't
It's such
work.
a ridiculous notion that it gave Roberto the ability to speak momentarily.
And like almost like did one of like these like I
Yeah.
can't believe this idiot is actually trying to save this area. Like one of them disappointed dad looks. Like
Yeah. So,
No,
so
Roberto,
Corbin,
this entire time Roberto's been concerned. He's watched you for 8 hours, just like, I want to fly. I want to go to Rusalka Shrine. I want to go.
no place
and,
like
and,
home.
and
No
Roberto's
place
just like,
home.
are you?
You gonna let this happen? You're really gonna let
It's
this
been
happen?
He's being crazy.
in perfect Midwestern English, Midwestern American English, like, it didn't work,
yeah.
and then never
All
speaks
right.
again.
So Corbin,
Mhm.
have you ever gone around to, like, do you remember when we got like those catfish whiskers and everything? Have you been to the lake before?
Yes.
What was the fastest way you've gone there?
There used to be boats at
We
the
found one.
lake.
Oh, yeah, I
Bottom
remember
of the
seeing
lake.
some boats at the bottom of the lake.
That was the
Hmm.
fastest way, was with a boat.
And you don't know of any boats that are around here? Is there a way that we could turn a cart into a boat easily?
Easily? No.
Yeah. Oh.
We should start walking.
Yeah, let's just start walking.
All right. You walk for about 10 hours and get to
Oh,
the other side of the
man.
lake.
Place blows.
It's a big lake, and you're kind of at the north of it, and you got to go around the south end. It takes about 10 hours to get around it, but you manage to get real close about like 1 in the afternoon or 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Morty, where was this shrine thing where you?
I'm
like,
assuming we're
chilled?
heading towards the shrine.
you know where it is,
Brian.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was on the
I'm looking at
southeastern
Dimitri. I'm
corner.
like, I don't need any help right now. I don't think so. And
The one time he tries to help.
yeah. But I need your help later, though. At some point in time. So it takes 10 hours, and we're gonna get there around 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Not really early in the morning.
Yeah, I know. We'll keep running with it. It's 1 p.m. now.
Oh,
Is my
sorry.
Yeah.
It's like 5 p.m.
No. It's 1. You said it's no.
Shut
you
up.
can't. We get a Benny back.
No.
Oh,
No.
5 p.m.
No.
5 p.m. Yeah, it checks out. It's pretty early.
Yeah,
Start,
that
anyway.
checks out.
That's
yeah.
a real early start. That's still an early start.
Not really.
7 a.m.
6 a.m. sounds normal.
5 a.m. or no, 7 a.m. later. So 5 o'clock. It's in the afternoon. We get to Rusalka Shrine. Great. It's probably awful here. But what else is here other than the fact that there's my healer's kit?
So you see a shrine.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, there's you didn't notice it before, and you're not sure if it's just something you missed or you weren't paying attention. But there's a tree near the shrine that, like, you look at briefly, and you think that you can, like, open the trunk. Not like enough to walk in, but it looks like the tree is like almost like a cabinet.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I will walk up and open the cabinets.
Sure, you see like 40 like 8 rows of 5 columns of like cubbies.
8 rows of 5 columns.
Yeah, so 40.
8 rows of. Okay.
That are like
Looks like dead bodies.
3 inches by 3 inches, and then like 10 inches deep. And as you open it, there's like this really odd odor as you see like decaying flesh that's been rolled up in some of them. That looks like it's pretty old.
Oh, we need to put the receipt back. So I
dead flesh.
roll up the flesh and stick it into one of the open spaces.
How many are outstanding?
What's that?
How many of these of the 40 are outstanding?
There's only like 6 that have anything in them, but you're not sure like. You're not
Only
sure that there are like
6.
40 orders, right? You don't know like what when they would be full or wouldn't be full.
Wait, so 34 rolls are still there?
No. 6. There are 6
There's
cubbies
there.
that currently have like this rolled up decaying flesh.
Only
in them.
6 cubbies.
So it is
It's a very
decaying flesh, not
active-
like leathered flesh.
I guess it would be probably leathered, but it's like there's no weird. It's not like rotting flesh odor, but there's a weird odor to it.
Like flea market weird odor. Like they're just like old musty.
Old, musty. There's like a dampness to it, almost mildewy.
Yeah.
Mm.
I kind of. I ask my cohorts here: is it a bad idea if I grab one of these things? I want to read some of the other messages, but I don't know if I should disturb this stuff.
I'm really hoping it's a big tic-tac-toe board. It's like, this is my next move.
In all honesty, I actually was thinking it might be like Connect 4. So I was going to ask if they were in a certain arrangement.
I'm going to look at my book and see if there's any consultation, if there's that. And if there's not, I'm going to say, we probably shouldn't touch it.
Yeah, that was going to be my bet is probably don't want to. Maybe there's engravings on the inside of the cabinet.
As you check your book, it doesn't look like there's. Your book doesn't indicate anything about a strange puzzle that someone would have created in order to speak with you after demanding your audience.
No. I want to re-say what I was meant to saying. It was like some hit that person and another spirit were actually playing tic-tac-toe, and it was like they would send them a piece and it was a predetermined thing, and they had like, hey, this is XOX.
Oh,
and
like
then, like
chess by mail or something?
Yeah,
but, like,
chess by mail. Like it's already pretty done.
No,
kind of
there's
thing.
nothing in your book about tic-tac-toe by mail with
No,
other
okay.
Fey spirits.
Then I've got nothing. I say we probably shouldn't touch it then. And I would actually take a look at the slots. Is there any like indication maybe where this needs to go?
There's
Where it says like, hey, you received a
Any
dead body.
magic.
Put this back.
so it doesn't seem like
Or
it's not like a matching game, or it's not like a square peg, square hole situation. But you do feel drawn to a specific cubby, and it's one of them that's on top. It's the third one from the left on top.
I don't have the scroll. Who has it?
Oh, I did.
I would say, hey, put it
I was
in,
like,
and
I was
would
like
point to that.
carefully carving. Yeah.
I would put it. I'd say, hey, this is where I'm feeling this should go.
Okay. So I go and I like roll up the flesh and like spit on the side. And,
I
like,
actually
and I
will
like
gently
feel it.
repose it too.
Did you say you spit on the side too?
I do, so like
Okay.
it doesn't like flip back open
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's like it's
Gross.
kind of like a wax seal meow. And
Oh yeah, it is gross.
yeah. And I go and put it. Well, I mean, like, you know how when you like roll up a poster and then it gets all big again if you don't like properly hold it in place. That's what I wanted to do, because if this thing is 8 by 5, rows, and they're all approximately 3 inches tall. I actually am reaching probably a little bit above height level to go and shove this in.
10 inches tall.
No, they're 10 inches deep. Like I could put my arm into
Oh,
it.
I was understanding it was more like a mortar tube versus like into the wall.
No, it's like slots
Oh.
into the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
In,
Well, fine,
in this case, the wall is like the core
A
of this
tree.
tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pick Spit up by the waist and just
Yeah.
like go where your arms are going. I see what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
and I don't
Thank you.
I don't even want to say anything because I feel bad about it. I'm just like, oh,
you doing the whole
he's
pick 'em up
trying.
like?
Yeah, just
I
like
know.
here you go.
Oh, he's trying so hard.
Yep. My fins flick and my tail switches. But I thank you. All right, so I go and I shove it in.
Sure. You get the distinct impression you're gonna have to wait around for a while. That Rusalka probably only comes out at night, but
Well,
Yeah.
it's nighttime,
it's
convenient.
getting close. So
Well, is it when we look back at the altar itself? Is there anything there anymore? Is my kit there?
your kit is gone.
Okay.
There is like an offering plate that you don't remember being there before.
I will look back at my book and see if there's anything that an offering plate.
There is an indication that oftentimes coins are left at her altar for the dead to pay for their care, basically. But I mean, other than that, there's not.
I look
a
at
real...
is Baron with us?
Do you want him to be with you?
Yes.
Then yes.
I say, Baron, I got a question for George.
Baron's eyes go coal black, and he says,
How much do you think would be a
Respectful.
amount for the people that were in Goldholm?
"Gosh, I don't know. I don't know.
I just give me a number. Give us a number.
I don't really know what's going on."
Yeah, give us a number. How about just give us a number? What number do you like?
14.
14. And I pull out 14 gold out of the bag. I'm like,
Cool.
thank you, George.
He says, is somebody gonna talk to that lady?
We're both immediately spinning 360 degrees looking for.
My light goes on again.
You guys don't see anybody.
Hey, champ, can you give me a real good reading of where this lady's at?
He says, she's kind
Right
of,
behind you.
she's like in the lake, but like above it.
We might need to make a small raft.
How far above it?
Just like, she's like standing on the shore, but like over the water. You like look over, it's like 8 feet from where you are. That's where he's pointing. He says, she's waving at me.
Oh, let's wave back.
I don't like her eyes.
Oh,
They look
well,
greedy.
Greedy?
Greedy. I think she doesn't like me.
oh no.
Oh.
Well, you are with us, and you're with friends, so if she doesn't like you, then she doesn't like us.
Oh, okay. And like you watch as Baron's body steps behind yours relative to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, if you're out there, please We would like to interact with you, whoever you are. What time of day is it now? Is it starting to turn into night?
It's like 10 p.m. Yeah.
If you are Rusalka, we would like to speak with you, if possible. You requested our presence, and if not, yikes. But if you are, then we've returned the message that you gave to us, and we would like to speak with you. We can't see you. And I kind of like
make a nature check.
I'm gonna need some Benny. That's better. 15. It was gonna be a 2.
Oof.
You are gonna take 15 necrotic damage.
Yeah, that checks.
As the energy is pulled out of you.
Not the first time. Won't be the last time.
And you can like see the energy get drawn from you. And there's like a shimmer of like almost like a door shape. And from behind this door, it opens and you see this surprisingly beautiful, kind of elven-ish woman whose hair is dark black, and it looks like she is it's floating in such a way that it looks like she's underwater.
She's underwater.
And you look at her, and her eyes are just these big. You don't notice it at first, but it occurs to you that they're like fish eyes almost. They're just these deep, large, kind of not bulbous, but almost shapes.
Mm-hmm.
She steps off of the water and up toward the altar, and she puts her hands around the coins. You watch these huge, like talon-esque nails just like engulf the coins you've left there. And she says, "I do not make a habit of being indebted to humans, halflings, or otherwise. What do you want?"
We're here to bring order back to Bell. We're here to bring peace to the people that are here. We went to Goldholm, and we've hopefully brought an end to the Shadowfell's tampering with the town, or maybe we've begun the process of the removal of the Shadowfell from the town. We are trying our best to bring back the Fae, and would I know the deities? Would I know that's even a word? Would I even know that's a thing? At this point,
not really.
I guess I would say bring back balance to nature. There are many issues that exist here. We have tampering with the forest and nature to the southwest of Winds Hollow. We're just trying to find allies and people that can help us bring order to what's happening around here. There was a dragon that plagued the land and caused much depression and issues, and we're just trying to find ways to end the problems and sorrow and despair that exist here. And we want to find entities, people, powers, forces that could help us in this maybe naive attempt to bring order, or even if it's not naive, or maybe beyond naive, something that could be a serious thing that could bring back what the Emerald Blades did many years ago. people are not happy. The nature's not happy.
There are many falsehoods in what you just said, but you have provided me many children. You say a dragon plagued this realm. Why do you use the past tense?
Maybe it was an offspring of the dragon that you speak of.
The one in charge of the western lands here. His taint still corrupts this land.
When he says, is he talking about the one in the tower still, or no?
I'm sorry, Eastern. She says Eastern. You get that general idea. Yeah.
That issue has been dealt with.
Perhaps you think so, but Goldholm will not see the sun until his presence is not here any longer.
I'm assuming since the water now flows through Goldholm that you have much more domain over the area. Is that correct?
I have some additional
More than you did?
responsibilities, yes.
Would you be... I'm hearing and understanding you saying that. There is... We have someone currently in the place of that dragon maintaining the facade that it's still alive. Because we are not certain of the powers that exist west. And we wanted to fly underneath the bird's eye view of what could have been negatively construed. You're a face spirit, and you understand that sometimes not everything seems as it is.
A wise bit of skullduggery, but the fact remains.
Glamour is one of my favorites.
Should you wish the sun to rise on Goldholm again, you will have to deal with its presence.
And we understand that. I think it's important to note that when the time comes when we reveal our cards, that I hope that you're part of that group that helps us. When we decide to drop this...
So you wish to hold me bound to your service?
Never. We hope that if you're willing to take the opportunity, because you exist with or without us, with or without Goldholm existing, with or without the sun existing, or without the...
I am in debt to you. Because you have provided me my quarry. You would hold this debt out indefinitely over me. You would talk of future tense scenarios where you may require my assistance as an ally. What do you want, Mortimer Gladefoot?
You want your help.
With what?
Bringing balance back to Bell.
How?
And I, at that point, go and I look at the rest of the group going, I don't know.
This one speaks of objectives when I require tasks. Can any of you assist him in his endeavors?
Can you kill Eustace Clawbottom?
That's actually a pretty good one, though.
She kind of like looks at, she says, no, I can't, unfortunately.
Okay, just what? It was the first thing that came to mind. I panicked.
He's protected and rarely finds himself near flowing water.
Do you know where he's at?
You wish to know where he is? Is this the task you wish of me?
No.
Can you imbue my bow with magical powers?
With magic! Yeah!
Wait, we're asking a face peer just for a +1 bow? Wait a minute. I gotta actually...
No, is that...
ask.
I mean, what do you...
What do you think I am in charge of?
Drowned souls.
What makes you think I would have any power over bows?
Well, hear me out. Hear me out before we continue this conversation. Any soul slain by your bow could be yours.
That's not how it works.
And I literally gave her the shrug like it sounded good.
What do we need?
Can I actually give a can we have a homina moment?
She says, yes, take as many hominas as you require.
I'm gonna say we have a very angry tempered fae here. That's clearly wanting to help to get out of debt. This is the first interaction we've had with the fae that's actually given us any sort of like common communication. Clearly has some sort of presence here, and also has presence over Goldholm. How much longer? I mean, we still have a major problem to the south with the fungus. Like, do we hold off on the dragon? Like, oh, Brian, actually, quick question to you.
Mm-hmm.
We had left 2 payments for the dragon in the tower that we understand to be about a 30-day-ish time frame. Has that first payment that we left been taken yet in terms of days? What I mean, I know we don't know, but like if we said
based
30
off timing,
now,
you would expect that the first payment would either
Just
have
now.
been taken or is about to be taken.
okay.
Yeah.
So I would be like, it's been about that if I'm allowed knowing that time frame, which I would assume I did. We have 30 days to figure that out, or the ruse is up. Actually, it's technically 60 days, because if we don't come up with a third payment, it's fine. Or second payment's fine. Third payment's when we have an uh-oh moment.
I mean, you guys have more than enough gold to make a third payment,
Yeah,
though.
but I mean, we're maintaining the ruse of whatever's picking up the gold, which we understand it wasn't just cultists. No, we did know it was cultists, right?
Cultists take the gold to a drop-off location. Yeah.
Which away from the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys look over, and Baron is all coal-eye black, and he is cowering behind the 4 of you.
Yeah. And we're in the humming at home, like, hey, George, what's going on? Give us some.
She's looking at me again.
I would like to make a point to try to step in between. And be like, who are you talking? Like if I'm facing him, I'm like trying to position myself like how I'm facing the camera. Like he's like,
Yeah, you feel like she is looking through you.
yeah, whatever.
Right.
I'm 2 foot, like 3. Like who cares?
And he says, I don't like
why
her
do you
eyes. They look greedy.
What do you mean by greedy?
I mean, she wants something from me.
Well,
Maybe her task is to leave children alone.
is she maybe just a bunch of flying swords? Is that really what she is?
No, she's not flying intelligent swords.
I'm trying to think what we could do with running water at this point way up.
I'm gonna look
high.
back really quick out of our humana for a second and be like, can you stop scaring our friend?
She looks covetous. Like, she looks like...
She wants that. Hey, can you please not look at him like that? It's making him feel not great. Be really appreciated if you don't.
His soul disobeys the order of things.
Can you explain further?
He drowned with the rest of them. He belongs to me.
Well, he's here now, so I don't know what to tell you. So, he's with us now until he decides that he would like to go, which could be now, could be whenever, but he's with us now. Unfortunately, that you'll have to wait.
Is this a task you request of me?
No. But can you please give it a rest? It's making him uncomfortable. It's making all of us uncomfortable. Can you give it a 5 and chill?
Your comfort is not my priority.
I know it's not. Can you give it a 5? And I look back and still say, "Hey guys, what do we want from her to do?"
What if instead of her doing something for us, that we trade the debt that she owes to us for George?
Oh, like free George from his bonds, like the whole genie and the lamp thing?
Yeah. Because that way he can still travel with us and not fear that.
You say, what is it? If you save a few or whatever, there's some kind of backwards ass thing where you risk a few, you save a bunch. But what if you save a few and you risk a bunch? Something along those lines.
The trolley
What are you
some
talking about?
because it's like if you sacrifice a few, you save a bunch. And it's kind of like some of that kind of, but it's backwards, and it's like we're totally getting our shit backwards. I'm okay with it, whatever.
I was going to suggest that she tries to create plentiful props for Corbin, but I like this one too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we're figuring our shit out anyway.
I look at Baron and say, "Hey, George." George is speaking through Baron right now, right?
Yeah.
It's not okay. George, would you want to stay with us on our continued exploits? Would you want to hang out in? Would you want to hang out inside Baron, or
more than I want to go with her?
Okay.
Do you want to be your own person?
I mean, I like the situation I have now. I'm not exactly my own person, but we're like a duo.
And you and Baron get along. You and Baron get along well too.
He's nice. He's a nice man.
Are you okay not being with your old friends anymore?
Yeah. I think they're in a place that's different than a place I'd be in.
We're still in our Humana,
Got
so she
it.
can't hear us, by the way. That's what I'm hoping.
Guys, I
How
think
about
they
we
were
do
using
this?
kids to mine.
No. I mean, some kids, if their families needed
They
the money,
wanted to, yeah.
but not most of them.
Goldholm blows.
What?
Goldholm? This is more of an out of character statement right there. Goldholm blows.
It doesn't seem like it was a great place, no.
No, it sounds like a really shitty place. How about we do this? Primary. We get George. Period. If Rusalka's willing to play ball, maybe she watches over Goldholm.
She says, I intend to watch over Goldholm anyway.
Huh. So it's even Steven
The
then.
deal you wish to strike is my debt for the boy.
And tell us where Eustace is. Or point us in the right direction.
Well,
He is west.
fuck. Was that a freebie?
That's pretty
That's what you get. That's your freebie.
So she said otherwise she would watch over Goldholm. In whichever way that means.
Right. She says, this is the deal you wish to
Wait,
strike.
one more thing.
The ledger grows heavy.
No. I don't think so. For us and our friends, can we have passage through this area.
Both. Or not.
As long
Is
as
that
we
what
live,
you meant?
and I'll say, and we will leave when we come to your shrine. Of course, tribute and the like. But it would be
She says,
very beneficial.
I will do nothing to impede your travel in this region.
That's fine. I'm cool with it.
I am not the only entity in this.
What?
Are there others?
Hello?
She
Where are
says, my debt to you in exchange for the boy.
Any other things listed?
She
Yes.
says, the deal is struck. She tosses you a small coin sack. And inside there's 8 gold. And she says, just a moment. And she tosses you another one that has another 8. She says, he died young. It will take longer to care for his soul until it's ready to move on.
We will take care of him.
Let's. Oh. What just happened?
She paid you to babysit him.
Yeah, I was gonna say we became the nannies.
So she gave us 8 gold,
16 gold.
And
and then another 8 gold in a separate pouch.
we made 2 gold.
Well, I wanted to ask: is there like a sack? Is one of the sacks say like George on it? Like that's.
No,
Like-
I mean,
I guess I was confused. Was there something more to it? Like this is the weight of his soul, like or something like that. Like this is his soul, like.
no. Like, you get the idea that she is, like, people leave her offerings to care for
take
the
care.
souls of the drowned. So because you are
So we're
receiving
taking
this
one of
soul,
them.
she is giving you the money to care for his soul. She says it is
Yes,
no
people
small
do that.
task to deal with the souls of the drowned. Make sure you're up to it.
How do we reach you if we need to speak again?
If I require your assistance, I will send you a message.
When was it we required
yeah.
your assistance?
Send her a message.
You know where the
Yeah, I
shrine
don't
is.
want to. Do I just? Okay.
We could just drown someone.
Literally, I was about to say, do I just like drown somebody, and, like leave somebody on the pouch? Like, I'm gonna need you for a minute.
Yeah.
Ahsoka, you're not like the rest that I've met so far.
I'll take
we've
that
met
as
so
a
far.
compliment.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You know who I am.
I know
You
that
know-
your name is Mortimer
She
Gladefoot.
called you Mortimer Gladefoot.
Mm-hmm. You know who I am.
I know that you carry the stink of the warden.
Ooh.
I'm hoping our interaction was pleasant enough. Are there others like you that, whether good or bad, that we should know about, that maybe that you associate with at a previous point in time before things happened in the past? And I'm like referring to like the Sundering slash
Mhm.
kind of like that kind of thing.
She says, I typically only spoke to those of your ilk that had the energy and desire to speak to me. I shied away from my kind. But there are others like me. Others who would prefer not to be under the thumb of someone so green.
Is she referring to me, or is she referring to the lady?
It's tough to know.
I will ask her. Are you referring to me, or are you referring to the lady?
She says both.
Oh.
Yeah.
How does one become less green?
I don't know what you're asking her. What do you mean?
Like, so
How
she
do I
says.
change my alignment from
No,
green
not necessarily
lady?
alignment, but like if I'm looking at a more like as I'm learning more about the green versus the shadow magic, and if there are Fae out there that have more alignment to the shadow magic. How does one associate less with the green and become more shadow?
Yeah, so I suppose like it's not a matter like any of the Fae. I mean, I suppose you get the general idea that some of the Fae would have deals with shadow entities, but like all of them fear it, right? Like
I assume like they're just less close to the green side of it. It's like really green versus like not so green.
Yeah, and like you get the idea that like in her vernacular, green means like
goody two shoes.
Yeah, like preserving life and like kind of
we've been eating
raising like you get the idea that it's like a springtime connotation rather than a winter connotation. Like she's basically telling you like there are other Fae who like to kill things.
Is she willing to give? If I say like, hey, where's places I can avoid? Is that I know I have a map that has, what the Goliaths have given us, but like, it's like, hey, is there any areas that we should avoid then?
She says there's an unfortunate confluence of taints in the forest south of where you stay.
And we're talking about Gold Hall, or not, Wind's Hollow.
Wind's Hollow.
She says if you should deal with the corruption there, you may attract the Verdant Prince's attention.
The Verdant Prince's attention.
Ooh.
Can you speak to that at all, or willing to speak to that, or?
She says that it is not my place to speak of the prince.
The Verdant Prince is he in the southwest or the southern forest, or dealing with the stuff in the south will cause attraction from the prince?
He is under lock and key from the shadow in the south. But should you free him, he will take notice of you.
In a good or bad way?
Ooh.
In the same way that I did.
Nice.
And like I do kind of say like you did send us a body downriver, so I don't.
But it's her way of talking.
I am not pleased to be forced to send you a message, but I will not abide being indebted. My expectation is he would have the same ambitions.
Somebody else add this because I'm taking a bunch of notes right now. So like, somebody take care of this for now. I guess I'll continue. Anywho, so
you have allies that are also endangered in that forest.
We have the druid.
Oh.
The warden
The druid-
has. I would refer to them as minions, I suppose. She would refer to them possibly as agents in that forest that are also captive.
I feel like the more and more I hear about this, what kind of relationship did you have with her? I understand that you are not necessarily the best of buds, but like, you were also like still nature adjacent in like a way where like it's in like there was, so you were like the part of the maybe say the death slash recycling portion of people's lives, and like maybe one consider like negative or bad, but like the fact that you still consider her like semi, I don't say friendly, but like not necessarily the worst thing in the world, like it just seems it's interesting because we're here to try to establish order, and you and the lady have an equal part in the existence of the nature and the balance of everything that exists. And what I at least am working for and towards is something that has you and her in coexistence without feeling a negativity or like or animosity towards the two of you. And I hope you understand that I'm working towards that as well.
She is an unfortunate necessity.
Would she consider you the same way?
I would expect that would be the case.
Yeah. It's like a yin and yang type situation.
And I'll say you're okay in my book. And I put away
Take
at
out the
least my
book.
book, the other book, and bring out the other book that I had that's just a bunch of notes that has totally drawings from and like scribbles from Spit in it.
Yeah.
And it was like my actual like log. So you're okay in my book, and this is the one that matters.
All right.
And I say, next quick question. Can we stay here for tonight and you can like chill and like watch over us so we can like get out of your hair? And I like kind of gesture to like the crazy hair that she's got going on right now.
Or the water hair.
The water hair. I'm like, do you mind if we just like hang out for a little, like, you know, and the like so we can get out of your hair?
I will not stop you from staying the night.
Will you watch over us?
That is a request I have never had before.
I drop a gold coin on the plate. 2 gold coins, so we're net 0.
So I will ensure that you are not harmed in the night.
Thank you. Nx, can we get our mud raft so we can sleep on that?
Oh yeah. See, in my head when you dropped the coin, it was like you dropped it from like 5 feet in the air, so it's going like.
It's like one of those giant quarter collectors at the mall that's with the spinning
Yes.
guys.
Air dropping some coins out of this person. Yeah.
Well, why do I need to make a mud? Is this just like more marshland here?
We're back where we were that one time.
We're at that same shrine. Okay. I thought we were at a different shrine. Yes. Well, our mud bed is still there then, is it not?
Yeah, it's actually higher out of the water now that some of the lake is drained.
Oh.
So, yes, I can make one. There it is. Remember when we were here a few days ago?
Beautiful.
Is George okay now?
He seems less...
Is she staring through us now?
She is not anymore. The switch was immediate. As soon as the deal was struck, like her like covetous look was gone, as if it wasn't like a willful thing but a contractual thing. George is still unnerved by her, but doesn't seem to be as terrible. He's not like hiding behind the kobolds and halflings anymore. But as you guys bicker over your mud bed, you watch Rusalka step back into the lake. And that is where we will end this week's episode of In the Red. Join us next week.
Woo!
April 8th.
8th. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I might have to run to Chicago on the 8th. I'm not sure, but
Ooh.
I'll make a post if we cancel next week. So, other than that, check us out on Patreon. We're at the $3 tier. You can give these folks a penny every month, and at higher tiers, you can do other things. Next week is spring break, and I hope to update those Patreon tiers so
Spring break.
you can see the cool stuff next week that you can do on Patreon. Subscribing here on Twitch also gives these folks a penny every month, so keep that in mind if you want to help them out in that way. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Initiative Coffee Co. and It Coffee Co. We're on YouTube where we do DM support videos for D&D Adventures League mods. Jake and I do those. We're going to start posting some of the new videos probably in the next month or two. You can see season 1 and 2 right now. We're still working on finishing up some videos for season 3 and 4. Other than that, all of these streams get ported over there as well, so you can check out old episodes of In the Red. Keep your eye out for Hardbook Weekends, which will start this summer, probably late May, early June. I'll make an announcement for the next one. We'll try to do a few of those this summer. Other than that, check out FuzzyLogicEscapeRoom.com, where you can they do corporate events, they do cyber tele events for their escape rooms. You can schedule specific appointments where only your escape room group will be in the facility of the escape rooms that are well cleaned and disinfected between each gathering and partner and pairing. Anything else about Fuzzy Logic?
No, you summed it up real well. Thank you, Brian.
Other than that, we will see you hopefully next week on the 8th. Until then, have fun, play safe, get a shot, wear a mask, and until the next time, as always, roll together.